reborn back to the night of the college entrance exam dinner. My childhood sweetheart publicly slammed the chopsticks again, saying he hated me the most. In the last life I cried for 10 years because of these words. In this life I lowered my head to look at the orange juice in my hand and smiled. With a sharp snap, the chopsticks snapped, fell to the ground, and rolled to my feet. The whole venue fell silent. Jiang Yezhou stood there, expressionless, his hands still in the chopstick-throwing pose. Su Yangxi, he said, the thing I hate most is a girl like you who pretends to be aloof. A private room with more than 40 people. Even singing had stopped. Teacher Wang, the homeroom teacher, held a teacup, his hand hovering in midair. Class monitor He Hao's mouth was open, forgetting to close it. Qin Yao stood nearby, holding a wine glass, the smugness on her face unable to hide. When I saw this scene in my previous life, I was 18. And my heart felt as if it were being squeezed. In this life, me 28-year-old soul in an 18-year-old body, sitting in this chair, looking at the chopsticks on the ground, suddenly felt that this moment was like a rehearsed play. So familiar that I even know what the next person is going to say. Sure enough, Qin Yao's voice rang out on time. Nianxi, don't go. Yi Zhou was just joking. In the previous life, not a single word differed. I ignored her. I stood up, grabbed my bag, and left. Once out of the private room, the corridor was cool with strong air conditioning. My phone vibrated. Ji Yezhou's message. Why don't you ask why? In the last life. I stared at those 5 characters for 10 seconds. In this life, I used less than a second. Block. When the elevator went down, I leaned against the wall and closed my eyes. A second ago I was Su Nianxi, 28 years old, working overtime until 2 a.m. And a red light violating truck hit me mid-crossing. In that instant when I shot out, the first thing in my mind was Jiang Yezhou. 10 years have passed, and I still haven't forgotten him. How ridiculous. Then I woke up, sitting on the sofa in the KTV, holding a glass of orange juice. My 18-year-old body, just after the college entrance examination. It took me 5 minutes to confirm I wasn't dreaming. Phone date, June 8th. Menu prices, 2014 prices. The pizza on the table was ordered by He Hao, the class monitor, and his father. I have lived 2 lifetimes. In my first life, I ran out of this KTV crying, hid at home for 3 days, and finally couldn't bring myself to move away. I stayed in this city, attended a local university, and spent 10 years trying to forget Jiang Yezhou. I didn't forget. Not until the moment I was hit and lifted by a truck did I forget. Second life, which is now I plan to change the way I live. The taxi stops at the red light, and the radio is playing an old song. I look at the neon outside the window and replay memories from 10 years later in my mind. In my previous life I studied programming for 10 years. Starting from nothing and eventually becoming a senior engineer at a certain internet company. I knew which apps would be popular, which companies would go public, and which technology tracks would explode in 3 years. I also know what Qin Yaoshe said to Jiang Yezhou the day before the banquet. She told him, Su Nianxi is saying behind your back that you're a bootlicker, claiming that even after you courted her for 3 years she wouldn't pay attention to you, and that your mother was a mistress. All of it is false. But Jiang Yezhou believed it. In the last life I only found out the truth after 3 years. At that time, Qin Yaoshao and Jiang Yezhou had broken up, and she got drunk and treated it as a joke to tell. When I heard it, I was already in another city, having moved house alone 3 times and changed 4 jobs. So what? In this life I still don't plan to forgive him. If you believe it, you believe it. 16 years of trust aren't worth 2 of Qin Yao's provocations. Such a person isn't worth it. The taxi stopped downstairs. I paid, then went upstairs. My mom was watching TV in the living room. When she saw I had come back, she was stunned. Aren't you saying it ends at 12? I'm tired. I'll head back first. Why are my eyes red? The wind is blowing. I didn't go back to my room. I sat directly beside my mom. Mom. I want to apply to universities in Chengdu. My mom's remote almost fell. Chengdu. Haven't you always wanted to go to Beijing? Changed my mind. Why? University of Electronic Science and Technology of China's computer science program is nationwide top 10. I want to study computer science. My mom looked at me with the kind of gaze she'd had for 18 years of her daughter, as if judging whether I was serious or throwing a tantrum. Did you quarrel with Jiang Yezhou? No quarrel. He told the whole class that I'm the most annoying. And he threw down his chopsticks. My mom paused. The TV is playing a loud commercial for laundry detergent. Did he really say that? He did. The teacher and more than 40 classmates were there. My mom turned off the TV. The living room suddenly fell quiet. Okay, she said. To Chengdu. 1. Early the next morning, someone downstairs called my name. Sun Nianxi, come down. It is Jiang Yezhou. Last life. This scene made me hesitate for a full hour, hiding behind the curtains, secretly watching him. My heart softened countless times. But in the end I still didn't go down. This life I didn't even lift the curtains. My mom pushed open my room door. Nianxi, Jiang Yezhou is downstairs. I know. Aren't you going down? Not going. He has something to tell you. His words were finished last night. My mom walked to the window to take a look, then turned back. He is standing beside the flower bed, wearing yesterday's clothes. His hair as messy as a chicken coop. Not my business. My mom looked at me for a few seconds. Okay. She walked out and closed the door. I opened the computer and began checking the University of Electronic Science and Technology of China's program directory. In the last life I studied Okali at a second-tier university English major. And after graduating I found it hard to find a job. So I started teaching myself programming. I spent 10 years going in the wrong direction. This time I won't go astray. Downstairs, Jiang Yezhou shouted for a whole morning. In the middle, his mother called 3 times. My mom said she didn't know. We're busy at home. By noon, my dad glanced down from the balcony, and when he came back his mouth was tight. Girl, that kid is still standing downstairs. Make him stand there. Did he bully you? My dad was silent for 10 seconds, then went to the kitchen and opened a bottle of beer. Chengdu is great. The hot pot is delicious. I've wanted to go to Sichuan for a long time. My mom gave him a sidelong look. You only know how to eat. My dad chuckled twice and kept silent. At 2 in the afternoon, I went out to buy something. I left through the back door, not letting Jiang Yezhou see it. As I passed the neighborhood convenience store, the store owner waved me over. Nianxi, that brat from the Jiang family has been standing downstairs on your floor all morning. What are you two arguing about? There was no fuss. He publicly said yesterday that he hates me the most. The boss lady's mouth formed an O shape. I bought 2 boxes of mineral water and a pack of garbage bags, then took a taxi back. In the evening, I began tidying up the room. All the things related to Jiang Yezhou have been dug out. Photos, dolls, that ugly rabbit keychain he gave, 3 years of sticky notes, and the note he wrote tucked in the textbooks. In the last life I kept these things for 10 years. Each time I moved I packed them carefully, and they accompanied me through 4 cities. Pretentious. I found a plastic bag, stuffed it all in, and threw it into the trash can. Not burned. Not worth spending that kind of time. 2. On the day of filling out the college applications, my mom moved the computer into my room. Have you decided? Have decided. First choice, University of Electronic Science and Technology of China. Computer Science and Technology. Second choice, University of Electronic Science and Technology of China. Software Engineering. Third choice, University of Electronic Science and Technology of China. Information Security. My mom was standing nearby, watching. Without saying a word, my dad stuck his head out from the kitchen. Chengdu is great. The rabbit head on Chuanxi Road is amazing. My mom gave him a sideways glance. The phone rang. It was Jiang Yezhou's mom who called. My mom picked up. The voice on the other end of the line could be heard clearly through the phone. Nianqi's mom. Yuzhou News says Beijing Jiadong University in Beijing. Why don't you have Nianqi apply to Beijing as well? It would be great for the two kids to go together. I glanced at my mom. My mom said, sorry. Our Nianqi applied to a school in Chengdu. There was a 2-second silence over there. Then the tone shifted. Chengdu. That kind of place. Nianqi's score reporting to Beijing is more than enough. Going to Chengdu would be a waste. Right. Are you arguing with Night Boat? As elders, we can't just let a child do as she pleases. Let's leave it at that. Hang up. My mom pressed the end call. I clicked submit. Submission successful. I stare at those 4 characters on the screen. In the previous life. At that time, I chose a local university. English major. In the 10 years that followed, I regretted every single day. Not this time. On the 3rd day after filling out the application, my mom started looking for a moving company. My dad contacted a house in Chengdu, saying he wants to rent one near the school to make it convenient for me to go to class. I said it's not necessary. I'll just stay in the dormitory. My mom said, what dormitory? The 3 of us will go to Chengdu together. I told them there's no need to go to Chengdu just for me. My mom interrupted me. Who did this for you? I've wanted to open a hot pot restaurant for a long time. Your dad. Isn't he craving rabbit head? Go there and eat every day. My dad nodded frantically. Moving day. There wasn't much stuff. I stood downstairs, looking at the old house I had lived in for 18 years. On the 6th floor, the flower pots on the balcony were still there. Aunt Zhao, our neighbor, ran over and grabbed my hand. Nianqi, why did you suddenly move? Did you quarrel with that kid from Yezhou? No. He said in public that he hates me the most. Aunt Zhao opened her mouth, and then closed it again. When the moving truck started, a figure rushed past from the community gate. Jiang Yizhou. He ran very fast. And one slipper flew off as he ran. He dashed in front of the car, panting. Are you moving? Yeah. Going where? Chengdu. Why? Just because there's no why. Su Nianqi. Let me tell you about that day. Jiang Yezhou. I interrupted him. You said that I was the most annoying in front of the whole class. I heard it. For any reason. If you said it, you said it. But there isn't one. I got in the car. When the car started moving, he reached out and patted the window and shouted something. But the wind was too strong to hear clearly. In the rearview mirror, I saw him chase after a few steps, then stop and squat on the ground. My mom sat nearby, holding my hand. My dad turned on the navigation. Destination: Chengdu. Later, Aunt Zhao called and said Jiang Yezhou stood at the door of our old house all night long. Fever spiked the next day, and I was hospitalized. My mom listened, then glanced at me. I was on the balcony, looking at the sky over Chengdu, gray and hazy, with distant outlines of mountains. None of this concerns me. My mom didn't say anything else. 3. Summer in Chengdu isn't as stifling as in the south. It's hotter in a more direct way. In July, I stood on Xuanxi Road eating ice jelly, and a guy beside me was gnawing on a rabbit head, his mouth all oily. My dad imitated him and cried from the heat after the first bite. My mom was laughing so hard she toppled over. The new home is near the University of Electronic Science and Technology. 2 bedrooms and 1 living room. There's a bun shop downstairs. And the boss is a Sichuan aunt whose voice is louder than my mom's. Sister Sue, what are we eating today? Fresh pork or pork with sauce? Fresh pork. 2 of them. Okay. The daily routine starts to run smoothly. In the morning I go for a run, come back to eat breakfast, and then read a programming book. In the last life I taught myself Python for 3 years before I finally found my first development job. This life I've brought all that knowledge back. 10 years of programming experience packed into an 18-year-old brain. I start over from C language, studying 10 hours a day, and I don't feel tired. My mom signed me up for an English language class. College will have a study abroad exchange. Start preparing in advance. Mom. I just finished the college entrance exam. Time waits for no one. Look at Jiang, she paused. I flipped a page in the book. Not lifting my head. Jiang Yezhou. These three characters have become a forbidden zone in our family. But some people won't disappear just because you don't mention them. In the second week, a message came from an unfamiliar number. Aware that you're in Chengdu. Tell me which school you're at. I didn't reply. Block the number. In the third week, another unfamiliar number. Su Nianxi. You can't ignore me for the rest of your life. Blacklist. In the fourth week, he used a different WeChat sub-account to apply for friendship. The avatar is a blank sheet of paper. And the nickname is Let Me Explain. I took a screenshot and sent it to my mom to see. My mom said, "Is this kid sick or something?" I suppose so. No. By August, the admission letter arrived. University of Electronic Science and Technology of China. Computer Science and Technology. My mom took more than a dozen photos with the notification letter. Posted them on Moments. With the caption, "My daughter is making us proud." My dad also posted one. Paired with a photo of him eating hot pot in Chengdu. Thanks to my daughter for letting me finally taste authentic Sichuan hot pot in my lifetime. An hour later, Jiang Yezhou's mother commented under my mother's circle of friends. Congratulations. Congratulations. My son Yezhou has gone to Beijing Jiaong University. In the future, the two children should keep in touch more. My mom deleted that comment. Then I blocked Jiang Yezhou's mom. My dad glanced. Saying your mom has that temper. My mom said my daughter was publicly humiliated, and I should still be polite to his family. Dream on. My dad gave a big thumbs up. The day before school started, I tidied up my luggage, computer, programming books, a few changes of clothes, a notebook. On the first page of the notebook, I wrote a line. Things to do in 2014. 1. Receive a scholarship in freshman year. 2. Participate in ACM competitions. 3. Create the first app prototype. These are the positions I reached in my last life after 10 years of effort. This life, I give myself 4 years. 4. The first day of college, I met Xin Xingyan. She is my roommate. On the upper bunk. From the computer science department, a local of Chengdu, not tall, round face, has dimples when she smiles, speaks with a Sichuan accent. Her speed of speech is as fast as a machine gun. Are you Su Nianxi? I checked the roster. Among the 4 people in our dorm, you're the only one from outside the city. From the south. Isn't it hot there? Yeah. It's pretty hot. Is it good to come to Chengdu? It's hot here too. But there's hot pot. Do you eat spicy food? If you don't eat spicy, Chengdu will be tough for you. I can eat spicy. That's great. Come on. I'll take you to the skewer place behind the school. It's amazing. Xin Xingyan is the type who acts like she's known you for ages. After only 10 minutes of meeting, she'll tell you the story of how, when she was in elementary school, she sneaked a spicy strip snack and her mother chased her for 3 blocks. But she is not a vase. On the 3rd day of military training, the instructor for Introduction to Programming assigned a basic problem, asking everyone to write a simple sorting algorithm in C. There were more than 60 students in the class, most of whom were still checking their textbooks. Xin Xingyan finished in 15 minutes. I glanced at her code. It was clean, with clear logic and no unnecessary variables. Did you study this before? I asked. I started teaching myself in middle school. My dad is a programmer. She tilted her head at me. What about you? Are you done yet? Done. She leaned in to look at my screen. Startled for a moment. Did you use quicksort? The teacher didn't teach that. I looked at it myself. She stared at my code for more than 10 seconds. Sun Nianxi, how long have you really studied? A period of time. She didn't press for details. But from that day on, the way people looked at me changed. After military training ended, the programming class officially began. The C language teacher was a young associate professor. Surname Zhou. Wearing glasses. Speaking slowly and deliberately. In the first class he gave a problem. Have everyone write a calculator program on the spot. Supporting addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and parentheses. Gave 40 minutes. I finished writing in 20 minutes. Teacher Zhou walked over to take a look at my code. Said nothing. Checked again. What is your name? Su Nianxi. You wrote this recursive descent parser very deftly. Among first-year students, few use this approach. I said I learned it from online tutorials. He pushed up his glasses. Student Su Nianxi, are you interested in joining our algorithm lab? Several boys nearby turned to look at me. Qin Xingyan gave me a thumbs up from the back row. Sure. Come to the laboratory building 302 next Monday. After class. Qin Xingyan linked arms with mine. Su Nanxi, you hide so well. What level are you really at? Ordinary level. Do you call that ordinary? Teacher Zhou's lab even third-year students can't get in. I smiled. In the last life I struggled at this level for 3 years before I stabilized. This life, with 10 years of accumulated experience backing me, means that freshman year courses feel like review. But I can't reveal too much. 18-year-old first-year students shouldn't have programming skills that exceed those of much higher grades. Hold back. Take it slow. Back to the dorm at night. My phone rang. An unfamiliar number. Registered to Beijing. Su Nianxi. I joined the freshman military training at the Beijing Jiaotong University. How are you in Chengdu? River night boat. I stared at this text message for 3 seconds. Blocked. Shut down. Sleep. 5. After joining Teacher Zhou's lab, my life became a 3-point line. Dormitory. Classroom. Laboratory. There were 8 people in the lab. And except for me, everyone else was a 3rd or 4th year senior. Their eyes on me were uniform. Who is this? A freshman in his first year. What right does he have to come in? In the first group meeting, Teacher Zhou asked everyone to report their research directions. When it was my turn, everyone was watching. I'm currently working on a mobile weather forecast aggregation tool, with the backend in Python and the frontend in React Native. The lab fell silent for 2 seconds. A senior named Li Zhen, wearing thick glasses, spoke. A first-year student using React Native. How long have you been learning? I've been self-studying for a while. How long is a while? I don't quite remember. Li Zhen hummed, then fell silent. After the meeting, Qin Xingyan came to the lab to find me, holding 2 cups of milk tea. Here, to reward you. I heard you made Li Zhen choke during the group meeting. No. I just gave the normal report. You're too low-key. Do you know who Li Zhen is? Last year's ACM regional silver medalist. The lab's pillar. You, a freshman. Talk to him about React Native. Can he stay not sour? I took a sip of milk tea. Whether he's sour or not has nothing to do with me. I'll just do my own thing. Qin Xingyan looked at me for a while. Su Nianxi. Everyone you've met with me is not the same. How are they different? You're especially steady, like someone who's lived many years. That kind of steady. My hand paused. Maybe because I'm grown up. It's not about being old and steady. It's that kind of knowing what you want and knowing how to get there. There aren't 18-year-olds around me who are like this. I smiled a little and didn't respond. That night, when I was coding in the dorm, another roommate, Fong Qing, came back from outside. Fong Qing is from this province's exam cohort and also studies computer science. But she isn't very interested. She spends every day immersed in clubs and the student union. She glanced at my screen. Nian Shi. You're coding again. Aren't you tired from writing code every day? Not tired. Have you heard? The campus top 10 singers competition is about to start registration. Do you want to join? Not going. With such a nice voice. It would be a pity not to go. Thank you. Really not going. Fong Qing shrugged and went to wash up by herself. Qin Xingyan poked her head from the top bunk. What kind of app are you making? Let me see it. I handed her my phone. On the screen was a simple interface. blue and white in color. What is this? Campus second-hand trading platform. What? An app for students to buy and sell second-hand textbooks and daily necessities. There isn't currently one focused on campus settings on the market. Qin Xingyan looked at it for a few seconds. This seems pretty useful. I couldn't sell my advanced calculus textbook from last semester anyway. Yes. The pain point is right here. I plan to start with a pilot operation at our school, and after it runs smoothly, I'll roll it out to other schools. Qin Xingyan slid down from the top bunk and leaned his whole body in close to me. Su Nianxi, do you want to start a business? First, try it and see. Do you need someone? I can write the back end. I watch her. In the previous life, there was no Qin Xingyan. In the previous life, I studied English at a local second-tier university. And there wasn't a single person around me who could talk about code. This lifetime, heaven has given me a comrade. Needed. I said. On the condition that you don't mind a lot of work. Qin Xingyan extended his hand. Su Nianxi. Pleasure to cooperate. I shook hands with her. Pleasant cooperation. 6. The campus second-hand trading platform was developed in 3 months. I was responsible for the front-end and product design, and Qin Xingyan was responsible for the back-end and database. At the end of the first semester of freshman year, the app went live, named Idle Fish Haul later. When Idle Fish came out, Qin Xingyan pounded the desk for 3 days saying the name had been stolen. But that is another story. In the first week online, 200 registered users, all of them promoted door-to-door, dormitory by dormitory, with me and Qin Xingyan. In the second week, 500. Week 3, 200. Because someone hung a 9/10 condition iPad on it. The price was 300 yuan cheaper than a used one, and someone took a screenshot and posted it on the campus forum with the title "What the heck is this app?" Saved over 100 on textbooks. Week 4, 3,000 people, among more than 20,000 students at the University of Electronic Science and Technology. We covered nearly 15 in a month. Teacher Zhou listened to my report on this project at the group meeting and pushed up his glasses. Commercialization ideas. Not for now. We'll first focus on making the user experience better, not bad, with a product mindset. Have you considered participating in next semester's internet competition? Considered it. I can be your tutor. Thank you, Teacher Zhou. After the group meeting ended, Li Jin walked over to my side. He stood for 2 seconds, his lips moving. Your app. How do you model user growth? Word of mouth plus community management. No money spent. He stood for another 2 seconds. If you need to optimize the recommendation algorithm, you can come to me. I looked at him. Thank you. He nodded and left. Qin Xingyan leaned in from the doorway, his mouth hanging open. Li Jin actually spoke to you first. He was cold and indifferent to new graduate students last semester. Maybe he's interested in the project. He's interested in you. Who are you talking about? That night I stayed in the lab, editing code until 11. When I came out, the campus was quiet, and the streetlights stretched shadows very long. My phone rang, a WeChat message, not a stranger's number. It was from Su Tang. Su Tang was a good friend of mine in high school. She transferred in junior year, but we've remained close. Nian Shi. There's something I've been debating for a long time whether to tell you. Tell me. Qin Yao's matter. I stop in my tracks. In the previous life, I only learned this truth 3 years later. I already knew it a long time ago. But I didn't interrupt Su Tang. You say. The day before the college entrance exam dinner, Qin Yao talked with Jiang Yezhou on the school's rooftop. A junior recorded audio in the stairwell. What was the content? Qin Yao told Jiang Yezhou that you were talking behind his back, calling him a bootlicker, saying he chased you for 3 years and you ignored him. You also said his mother had been a mistress. It was all made up by her. The phone screen glows, and I stand under the streetlight reading this text. In the last life, when I saw these words, I cried all night. In this life, I feel no ripple at all. Do you have a recording? Yes. Junior sent it to me. Send it to me. 30 seconds later, an audio file was sent over. I click open. Qin Yao's voice, amid the noisy background, was exactly the same as in memory. Word for word. Yi Zhou, I have something to tell you. Su Nianxi told someone that you are a simp, that you chased her for 3 years and she still ignores you. She also said your mother is a mistress who rose to power, and she tells this to all the girls. When did she say that? Jiang Yi Zhou's voice. It started in first year of high school. If you don't believe me, go ask Wang Xiaoye. Go ask He Hao. They've all heard about it. The recording cut off. I stored the file in the encrypted album. I replied to Su Tang. Thank you for telling me. What do you plan to do? Do you want to go find Jiang Yezhou and make things clear? He was deceived. Not going. But Su Tang, even if he was deceived, 16 years of friendship, he didn't even ask me a single question. And he believed Qin Yao outright. This kind of trust isn't valuable. Sugar Tom didn't speak again. I listened to the recording once more, then locked my phone and headed back to the dormitory. As I walked past a ginkgo tree, 2 leaves fell onto my shoulder. Autumn in Chengdu comes earlier than in the south. I brushed off the leaves and kept walking. In the previous life, when I learned the truth, I thought of it countless times. If at that time he had asked me, Nianxi, is it really true? Would everything have been different? But he didn't ask. He chose to believe Qin Yao. I don't need ifs in this life. I only need to move forward. 7. In the second semester of freshman year, the users of Xinyu Hall surpassed 8,000. Other schools' students began to ask if registration could be opened. I discussed with Xinxinyan and decided to first open 6 universities in Chengdu. Server costs are starting to rise. Domain names, cloud servers, and SMS verification codes cost more than 2,000 each month. I don't have many savings. The money I saved in my previous life can't be brought back. And in this life I only have the living allowance my parents give me. Xinxinyan is about the same. Do you want to seek investment? She asked. It's too early. The product hasn't stabilized yet. Where will the money come from? Earn money. I spent 2 days and took on a few outsourcing projects on the campus forum. Help a senior female student with data visualization pages for her graduation project. 3,000 yuan. Help a private tutoring institution with a registration mini program. 5,000 yuan. Help another team in the lab by writing a crawler script. 2,000 yuan. I earned 10,000 yuan in a month. Xinxinyan's expression was very complicated after hearing this. Su Nianxi, when did you learn all this? You're only a first-year student. I'm fairly self-taught. Even when strong, you're not this strong. Are you perhaps an intern from some big company disguising yourself as a first-year freshman to experience life? I chuckled. What do you think? I think you're not normal, but I like you. During that period, my life was very busy. So busy I had no time to think about anything else. Attend classes during the day, go to the lab in the afternoon, and write code or take on outsourcing work in the evening. Weekends spent optimizing the app with Xinxinyan, and occasionally grabbing a hot pot meal. The days passed by being busy, clean, and transparent. There is no Jiang Yezhou, no Qin Yao, no those messy past events, until one day in March. I was writing code in the library when Fong Qing called. Nianxi, hurry and check the campus forum. What happened? Someone posted on the forum saying you plagiarized. I frowned and opened the forum. The post title was Revealing Computer Science Freshman Su Nianxi, Campus Secondhand App Code Plagiarizing a GitHub Open Source Project. Below the post, there were screenshots of 2 code snippets, one labeled Su Nianxi's Xinyu Hall, and one labeled some GitHub open source project. The 2 pieces of code indeed look very similar, because that open source project was written by me, in the previous life. In 2018, I open sourced a demo of a campus trading platform on GitHub with the account Nianxi Dev. That demo was the prototype of Xianyu Tang Idlefish Hall. In this life, I rewrote the code from my previous life. Some frameworks and logical structures cannot be completely changed, because they were the optimal solution. But to others, the code from 2014 is exactly the same as the open source project from 2018. Wait a moment. The project from 2018. It's 2015 now. That open source project hasn't been uploaded yet. It's something that will exist only in the future. I re-examined the screenshots in the post. The labeled GitHub link. I clicked it. 404. It doesn't exist. This person faked the screenshots. Someone is targeting me on purpose. I scroll down to the comments. So are all the freshmen in college this awesome thing was fake. Shamelessly flaunting open source projects. No wonder you're so impressive. The Control-C magic. Hundreds of comments, all questioning it. I took screenshots of the post and sent them to Xinxinyan. She snapped back instantly. Who is so immoral? The GitHub link is fake. It won't even open a 404. Someone is causing trouble on purpose. Who? I thought for a moment. In the last life, when I was a freshman, I studied English at a local second-tier university and didn't go through any of this. The enemy of this life. My phone rang again. A stranger number. Registered in Beijing. Not a text message, but a WeChat message. Sent after she added me as a friend. The avatar is a side profile photo. Long hair. And delicate makeup. Qin Yao. The message content is only one sentence. Nian Shi. Long time no see. I hear you made an app in Chengdu. So impressive. I stared at this sentence for 5 seconds. In the last life, after taking the college entrance exam, Qin Yao went to Beijing Fashion Institute. In the same city as Jiang Yezhou. They were together for 2 years. And after they broke up, Qin Yao only treated the truth as a joke to tell. This life she came to me ahead of time. 8. I didn't reply to Qin Yao's message. But I didn't block her either. In the last life I paid the price for folding without looking at the cards. This life, I want to see clearly what she really has in her hand. The forum posts had been fermenting for 2 days. Comments rose from a few hundred to over 2,000. And someone started doxing all kinds of my information. Su Nianxi. First year. Computer science. From out of town. I heard she once chased a guy for 3,000 kilometers to Chengdu. That last comment made me pause for 3 seconds. Chasing after a boy for 3,000 kilometers. Qin Yao's handwriting. Xinxinyan walked back and forth in the dormitory in a fit of anger. Too much. You wrote the code line by line. I watched you write it with my own eyes. I can testify. Don't rush yet. Why aren't you in a hurry? Your reputation is going to be ruined. Unruinable. I turned on the computer and did 3 things. First, I exported the full code submission history of Idlefish Hall Xianyu Tang. Every line of code's modification time, modification content, and commit log were all clearly laid out. From September 2014 to March 2015, every commit had a timestamp. Secondly, I did a web page snapshot analysis of the so-called GitHub open source project link in the post. It's a 404 page, with no archive records whatsoever, indicating that this link never existed. Thirdly, I checked the poster's IP address. The campus forum administrator is a junior who is a third-year student in the computer science department. I've met him a few times in the lab. I took the screenshots to him. Senior. Can the posting IP of this thread be traced? The senior glanced at the post and frowned slightly. I saw this post too. I plan to wait until the investigation is clear before dealing with it. Are you Su Nianxi? Yes. IP can be looked up. But it can only tell whether it's an internal campus network. Check it. He tapped a few keys. It's not an on-campus IP. It's an externally accessed one, using a VPN. And the location is Beijing. Beijing. I smiled a little. Senior. Help me save a screenshot of this IP information. What are you going to do? Post a clarification thread. That night, I posted a thread on the campus forum. The title, a clarification on the issue of code plagiarism. The content is very brief. Part 1. Full source control history screenshots. From the first commit in September 2014 to the latest version in March 2015. Detailing the modification history of every line of code. Part 2. The 404 screenshots and archive analysis of the so-called GitHub open source project link prove that the link never existed. Part 3. Poster's IP location Beijing. Part 4. One sentence my code. Every line is written by me. Welcome anyone to inspect. 20 minutes after the post went out, the comment section changed its tune. Is the GitHub link fake? So someone is spreading rumors. Code commit history can't be faked, right? It started back in September last year. The poster's IP is in Beijing. People at our school wouldn't post from a Beijing IP, would they? Did someone deliberately target Su Nianxi? What grievance or feud is this? An hour later. The original post was tagged by the administrator as to be verified. 2 hours later, the original post was deleted. 3 hours later, the administrator pinned an announcement on the forum. After verification, the accusations of code plagiarism against student Su Nianxi are unfounded. The poster used false information. And the IP source is not from this school. The forum reserves the right to pursue accountability. Xing Yanshin let out a scream in the dorm, almost tumbling off the top bunk. Sun Shi, you're too handsome. I turned off the computer. My phone buzzed. Qin Yao's WeChat message. Nian Shi. I saw that post on the forum too. It's too much. Who is this bad person? I looked at this message. I replied with 2 characters. Yeah. Then I took a screenshot of the chat history and saved it. This is only the beginning. Qin Yao. What you owe me from last life. I will repay one by one in this life. 9. In the final exam of the second semester of the first year, the college announced that applications were open for the campus selection of the Internet Plus Innovation and Entrepreneurship Competition. Teacher Zhou found me. Su Nanxi. Take your Xian Yu Tang to participate. Okay. How many people are on the team? 2. Me and Xin Xingyan. Bring 2 more people in. The judges like to see the full team composition. We need someone for marketing. And someone for UI. I thought for a moment. Would Senior Legion be willing to join? Teacher Zhou smiled. You go ask him. I went to the lab to find Legion. He is writing a paper when he sees me arrive and pushes his glasses up. What's the matter? Internet Plus Campus Competition needs someone responsible for algorithm optimization. Are you coming or not? He looks at me for a few seconds. Qianyu Hall project. Yes. How many users do you have? From 6 universities in Chengdu. 12,000 active users. His fingers tapped the table twice. I'll do it. UI design found Fong Qing. Although her coding is average, her aesthetic sense is online. The interfaces she creates are 10 times better than mine and Shin Xingyan. The 4-person team was complete. The campus selection due in June. We have 1 month to prepare. That month, I slept 4 hours every day. Not because preparing for the competition was exhausting, but because I was doing another thing at the same time. In the previous life, in the second half of 2015, there was a wave of mobile internet entrepreneurship. O2O, sharing economy. Knowledge payment. Many concepts that do not yet exist would explode within 1 or 2 years. I am searching my memory for those moments in time. August 2015, a certain shared mobility platform completed a huge financing round. January 2016, a certain knowledge pay platform launched. June 2016, a certain short video app began explosive growth. These messages are like a map in my head, marking the direction at every intersection. I don't need to be the first to grab the crab. I only need to stand in the right place at the right time. Idle Fish Hall is the starting point, but it is not the ending point. On campus selection day, a total of 12 teams participated. There were 5 judges, 3 college professors, 1 external corporate mentor, and 1 investor. We performed 8th. The projects of the first 7 teams varied widely, including campus food delivery, study room reservation, and graduate exam materials sharing. When it was our turn, I stood on the stage as the PPT lit up. Hello, judges. Our project is called Xinyu Hall, a campus second-hand trading platform. Currently it covers 6 universities in Chengdu, with 15,000 registered users, 12,000 monthly active users, and a total of 18,000 completed transactions, with a total transaction value exceeding 1.2 million yuan. There was a collective gasp from the audience. The external investor sat up straight. Our core competitiveness has 3 aspects. First, based on an LBS-based campus community model, users can only see products from their own school and nearby schools, reducing logistics costs. Second, an intelligent recommendation algorithm based on user behavior. This part is led by my teammate Li's analyzes sellers' products to precisely match buyers' needs. Third, a credit scoring system to solve the biggest trust issue in second-hand trading. The PPT turned to the data page. User growth curve, retention rate, repurchase rate, and NPS scores. All of them are clear and explicit. I have finished speaking and now we enter the QA session. That investor raised their hand. Student Sue, does your team currently have any financing plans? Yes. What is the expected valuation for the angel round? 3 million. There was laughter from the audience. A freshman said at the outset that the valuation was 3 million. The investor didn't laugh. Leave a business card with me after the meeting. The selection results were announced on the same day. First place. The Idle Fish Hall team. Represent the school to participate in the Sichuan province competition. Qin Xingyan screamed from the audience. Li Jin adjusted his glasses. Mouth closed. But I could see his hands trembling slightly. Fong Qing was frantically taking photos with her phone. I stood on the stage, holding the trophy. There are flashbulbs. There is applause. Someone is shouting my name. Su Nianxi. In the previous life. Su Nianxi. At this age. Was binge-watching dramas in the dormitory of a local second-tier university. Insomnia for someone unworthy. Not anymore. This life. I won't do it anymore. 10. The provincial competition is in July. Our team spent a month refining the product and upgraded the features of Idle Fish Hall once more. We added automatic photo recognition of product categories, added an entrance for campus courier pickup, and added a group buying module. The provincial competition is held at Chengdu University of Technology, with more than 30 universities in Sichuan province. A total of 48 teams. We drew number 23. There are many experts on the field. A team from Sichuan University built a smart agriculture platform with impressive data. A team from Southwest Jiaotong University created a logistics optimization system with real company endorsements. When it as our turn to go on stage, I noticed one more person in the judges' seats. I didn't recognize him, but his name badge read Chengdu High-Tech Zone Entrepreneurship Services Center. I did a 10-minute presentation, focusing on user growth data and the business model. During the QA, the judges asked 5 questions. The last question came from the person at the Entrepreneurship Service Center. Student Sue, if your project were to scale from Chengdu to the whole country, what do you think is the biggest obstacle? Cold start. I said, each school is an independent community, and new users at a new school need to accumulate from zero. Our solution is to collaborate with each school's student union and drive online registrations through offline activities. Currently, 6 schools in Chengdu have this model running successfully. He nodded and wrote something in his notebook. The results came out in the afternoon. Provincial Gold Prize, representing Sichuan to participate in the national finals. That night, the 4 of us on our team celebrated at a string restaurant near the back gate of the school. Qin Xingyan drank 3 bottles of beer. His face flushed red like a tomato. Su Nianxi, you are my benefactor. Without you, I would just be an ordinary worker for the rest of my life. You weren't ordinary to begin with. Don't be modest. Do you know? My dad cried when he heard I participated in the provincial competition and won a gold prize. He cried on the phone. He said I'm better than him. Li Jin also drank quite a bit, more talkative than usual. Sun Xianxi, your idea for the recommendation algorithm isn't the same as what my senior wrote in the paper. Yours is simpler. but more effective. Who did you learn from? Exactly. Self-taught. Your level of self-learning is far better than mine after 3 years of self-study. I picked up a string of lotus root slices. Senior Li Zhen, you will be stronger than me in 3 years. He paused for a moment. How did you know? Because his name appeared on a tech blog from a major company in the last life. At the P8 level. Instinct. Fong Qing doesn't drink, and sits nearby eating cold jelly. Nian Shi, do you know? During the competition today, there was a girl from Sichuan University who kept looking at you. Who? She's unfamiliar long hair. Quite pretty. It seems she knows you. I froze for a moment. Are you sure? Sure. She's in the 3rd row of the audience, staring at you the whole time. After the match, she wanted to come over to you, but the judges pulled you away. Long hair. Beautiful. No way. I opened my phone and skimmed through WeChat. A new friend request. The avatar was a rose, and the nickname was Yao Yao. The note reads, Nian Shi. I'm Qin Yao. I saw you at the competition today. So impressive. Add me as a friend. Qin Yao has come to Chengdu. Wasn't she in Beijing in the last life? I quickly recalled. In the previous life. Qin Yao went to Beijing Institute of Fashion Technology, but that was because I hadn't come to Chengdu in the previous life. She had no reason to follow me here. This lifetime. She followed him to Chengdu. My stomach suddenly tightened. It's not fear. It's vigilance. A fox that has chased all the way to 3,000 kilometers away. I didn't pass the friend request, but I know what's coming cannot be dodged. 11. The notice for the national finals was released in the first week of summer vacation. Location: Beijing. Time: mid-August. I bought a plane ticket. It's my first time flying. Qin Xingyan sat beside me, excited like a child, taking photos all the way and posting moments to moments. Li Zhen wore headphones in the back seat and closed his eyes to rest. Fong Qing is afraid of heights, closing her eyes the whole way and gripping the armrest. When we arrived in Beijing, the organizers arranged a hotel near Zhongguancun. When I checked in, I saw someone in the lobby. Not Qin Yao. It is Jiang Night Boat. He stood in the coffee corner of the lobby, holding a cup of Americano, wearing a white shirt and black pants. His hair a little shorter than in high school, and he looked much thinner overall. He saw me too. The cup hung in midair, and the two of us across the crowd in the lobby gazed at each other for about 3 seconds. Then I turned my head and continued checking in. Nian Shi. Qin Xingyan noticed my expression. What's wrong with you? Nothing. You were just looking over there. Who is that boy? He's so handsome. Not familiar. You're lying. Your expression just now. Qin Xingyan. I looked at her. I don't recognize you. She fell silent. I took the room card and went upstairs. At the moment the elevator doors closed, I saw Jiang Yezhou take a few steps toward this direction. The elevator moved upward. He didn't catch up. The room is on the 12th floor. I set down my luggage and stand by the window, looking at Beijing's skyline. Beijing in August is hot. The sky is dull and hazy. My phone buzzed. A message came from a Beijing numbered line. Su Nianxi. I see you. I'm waiting for you in the hall. I have something to say to you now. I didn't reply. The phone buzzed again. I know you hate me, but there are some things I must say to you in person. Please. I look at that character ask. In my previous life, Jiang Yizhou never said this word. He is proud, awkward, and shameless about face. Saying words like ask would be harder than dying for him. I throw my phone onto the bed. The afternoon is the contestant meet and greet. More than 40 teams from all over the country. The host asks each team representative to go on stage for a 30-second self-introduction. When it was my turn, I went up on stage. Hello everyone. I'm Su Nanxi from the University of Electronic Science and Technology of China. Our project is Xin Yu Tang, a campus second-hand trading platform, currently covering 6 universities in Chengdu, with 23,000 registered users. There was applause from the audience. When I walked off stage, I saw Jiang Yezhou through the gaps between the seats. He was sitting in the last row of the audience. Not signing up for the competition. He wasn't a contestant. He had come here especially. After the meet and greet ended, I walked quickly out of the venue. Someone called after me, Su Nianxi. I did not stop. Reached the elevator and pressed the button. The footsteps behind me grew closer. Su Nianxi, stand still for a moment. The elevator arrived, and the doors opened. I walk in. He walked in as well. The elevator doors closed. Just the two of us. He stood facing me. At a distance of less than a meter, I pressed 12 floors. Su Nianxi. You have 30 seconds. He froze for a moment. You said you had something to tell me to my face. The elevator to the 12th floor takes about 30 seconds. Speak. His lips moved. That dinner that day. Qin Yao lied to me. She told me you were talking behind my back. Saying I'm a bootlicker. Saying about my mom. I know. He stiffened all over. You know. I have a recording. What recording? The words Qin Yao said to you on the roof. Someone recorded them and sent them to me. The elevator arrived on the 8th floor. If you already know, why? Why not forgive you? He fell silent. Jiang Yezhou, you were fooled. I sympathize. But you believed it. You didn't ask me once if it was true. 16 years of friendship. You didn't even ask. And you stood in front of the whole class and said you hate me the most. The elevator arrived on the 10th floor. This shows that in your heart. My place is not as good as a single provocation from Qin Yao. 11th floor. So whether you were deceived or whatever, the result is the same. 12th floor. The elevator doors opened. I don't hate you. Jiang Yezhou, but I won't forgive you either. I walked out. He didn't come after me. When the elevator doors closed, I heard him say something. Very softly. I didn't quite catch it. 12. The national finals lasted 3 days. The first day is the group stage. 48 teams are divided into 8 groups, and the top 2 from each group advance. We were placed in Group D, with a team from Tsinghua University and a team from Zhejiang University in our group. The Tsinghua team is working on AI-assisted medical imaging diagnosis, while the Zhejiang University team is working on cross-border payment optimization. Both are heavyweight contenders. In the group presentation segment, I went on stage and spoke for 15 minutes, talked about user data, growth models, and the business closed loop. Finally, I added a segment that wasn't presented in the provincial competition. We are developing version 2.0, with new features including automatic pricing of product images based on deep learning, on-campus instant delivery system, and an official used book recycling channel in collaboration with university logistics departments. These features were only started by the seller on Xinyu in 2017. I was 2 years early. On the judging panel, a professor with white hair raised his hand. Student Sue, what model do you use for the automated valuation of images you mentioned? CNN convolutional neural network has been fine-tuned on the second-hand goods image dataset. The current accuracy is around 78 and is still being optimized. Did you label this dataset yourself? Yes. Extracted from our platform's historical transaction data. There are currently 12,200 records. The professor nodded and wrote something in the notebook. The group stage results came out in the afternoon. Group D first place. University of Electronic Science and Technology of China. Qianyu Hall. That team from Tsinghua was second. Qin Xingyan hopped 3 times in the hotel corridor. We beat Tsinghua. Li Jin rarely flashes a smile. Fang Qing covers her mouth. Her eyes reddened. I didn't celebrate. Because the semifinals were the next day. The opponent was tougher. And there was one thing that always made me uneasy. Qin Yao came to Chengdu and then appeared in Beijing again. What was she doing that night? I turned on the computer in my hotel room and checked it. Qin Yao's WeChat moments. I hadn't deleted her old WeChat friends yet, so I could still see them. Her recent moments were all reposts of news about various startup competitions. And there was also one that said, Congratulations to my boyfriend's project for making the national finals. The accompanying photo shows the back of a boy, wearing a contestant badge. The silhouette is very blurred. I can't make out the face, but I can clearly see the name of the school on the badge: Beijing Jiaotong University. Did Jiang Yeshou also participate? No. He's sitting in the audience today. Not a contestant. So who is this boyfriend? I skimmed through the list of contestants. Beijing Jiaotong University. Smart Campus Team. Captain. Zhao Qi. Zhao Qi. I didn't hear this name in my last life. But my intuition tells me things aren't simple. I shut down the computer and took a shower. When lying in bed, Xin Xingyan rolled over from her own bed. Nianxi, the boy who sat in the audience all day today. Is that your ex-boyfriend? No. I don't have an ex-boyfriend. Then why has he been staring at you the whole time? You ask me. Whom do you ask? He's handsome. Really handsome. None of this has anything to do with me. Xin Xingyan was silent for a few seconds. Nianxi, have you ever been hurt by someone? I turned over, with my back to her. How did you figure it out? You're too guarded. Keep your distance from everyone. Except Meme, because I have thick skin. I let out a chuckle. Xin Xingyan. Thank you for being so shameless. She also smiled, not asking again. In the middle of the night, the phone vibrated. A WeChat message. From Qin Yao. She didn't know when she added me as a friend with a new account. No. It was my old account I hadn't completely deleted before. Nianxi, you're in Beijing too. What a coincidence. Shall we grab a meal together tomorrow? I stared at this message. The Su Nianxi of the previous life would hesitate. Would waver. Would think that adding another matter is worse than reducing one matter. Not in this life. I replied with 2 characters. Okay. What is meant to come? Let it come. 13. The next day at noon, I met Qin Yao at a Sichuan restaurant beside the hotel. She had slimmed down since high school. Her hair curled with heat, wearing a white dress, looking very refined. When she saw me, she stood up and opened her arms. Nianxi, long time no see. I didn't go up to hug. I pulled out a chair, sat down. Her arm stiffened for a second, then lowered it. And she smiled as she sat back down as well. You look well. Life in Chengdu suits you, doesn't it? Not bad. I heard you made an app and won the provincial competition gold prize. So impressive. People at our school are talking about it. Which school are you at? Sichuan Conservatory of Music. My eyebrows twitched slightly. In the last life she studied at Beijing Institute of Clothing. In this life she ended up in Chengdu. How did you think of coming to Chengdu? The scores weren't enough for Beijing. So I came here. She smiled as she flipped the menu. Do you eat spicy food? Whatever. She started chatting about high school after placing the order. Do you know? After we graduated, hardly anyone in the class group chats anymore. He Hao went to Wuhan. Wang Xiaoye went to Guangzhou. Everyone dispersed. By the way, you know Jiang Yeshou is in Beijing too. Beijing Jiaotong University. Understood. Do you still keep in touch? No. Qin Yao picked up the cup and took a sip of water. Nianxi. About the day of the college entrance exam banquet. I've always felt especially sorry for you. I looked at her. What happened? Well, it's about the night boat dropping its chopsticks thing. Actually, he had drank that day. Got provoked. It wasn't deliberate. He didn't drink alcohol. The banquet was full of beverages. Qin Yao's hand paused. Really? Maybe I remembered it wrong. Maybe. The dishes arrived. She took a bite of the Sichuan boiled fish and naturally shifted the topic. Nianxi, how many users does your idle fish hall have now? More than 20,000. So impressive. Have you considered expanding to other cities? Under consideration. My boyfriend is also working on a campus-related project. He's at Tsinghua University in Beijing. Focusing on campus socializing. Would you like to collaborate? I put down my chopsticks. What is your boyfriend's name? Zhao Qi. He also participated in this internet competition. And you may meet him in the finals. Zhao Qi, the captain of the Smart Campus team, Qin Yao's boyfriend, also on the campus track. I suddenly understood a few things. That rumor post on the forum. The IP comes from Beijing. The timing of Qin Yao adding me as a friend happened right after the post was released. She invited me to dinner today. And we talked for a long time. The core of the conversation was digging for information about Xinyu Hall. Then she tried to connect her boyfriend's project with mine. If I agree to collaborate, she would have access to our core data, technical architecture, and user information. If I refuse, she still has other means at her disposal. In the previous life, Qin Yao was this kind of person. She would smile and hand you the knife, and only then would you realize the blade was facing inward. Let's talk about collaboration later. I raised my cup. We must first get through the finals. Yes. Qin Yao smiled and raised her glass. I'm sure you'll get great results. I touched the cup. After finishing the meal, Qin Yao said she wanted to go find her boyfriend, gave me a wave, and left. I stood at the restaurant entrance, watching her back. The white dress swayed in the sun and turned into the adjacent alley. I pulled out my phone and sent a message to Xinxingyan. Starting today, the code repository access for Idlefish Hall is tightened to 3 people. You, me, and Li Zhen. Fong Qing's access is downgraded to read-only. Qin Yanshan instantly replied. What's wrong? Someone has their eyes on us. Who? Don't ask now. Just do as instructed. Okay. I sent another message to Li Zhen. Senior, please help me check Beijing Jiaotong University's Smart Campus project. Team leader Zhao Qi, look into their tech stack and product direction. Li Zhen replied. Give me 2 hours. 2 hours later, Li Zhen sent over a document. Smart Campus, a campus social platform, launched in January 2015. It covers 3 universities in Beijing with 8,000 registered users. Core features: anonymous campus social networking, a confession wall, lost and found. The tech stack is almost the same as Xinyu Hall. The last line of the document, Li Zhen added a note. In their product introduction PPT, there are 3 pages of UI designs that are highly similar to our Xiangyu Tang 2.0 version. The page layouts, color schemes, and button positions are almost identical. I stare at these words. UI design led by Fong Qing. Fong Qing and Qin Yao do not know each other, but Qin Yao is at Sichuan Conservatory of Music, only 3 subway stops away from the University of Electronic Science and Technology of China UESTC. I opened Fong Qing's moments and scrolled back a month. 3 weeks ago, Fong Qing posted a moment, a photo of a cafe, with the caption, a new friend. Please have coffee. In the photo, the person sitting across from her shows a sleeve of a white dress. 14. I didn't immediately confront Fong Qing, because I'm not sure whether she leaked on purpose or was being used. Fong Qing is not very deep-minded and tends to speak out. But she isn't bad at heart. I didn't work with her in the previous life, so I can't judge. But in any case, the UI design draft has already leaked. The final is tomorrow. There isn't enough time. That night, I made a decision in my hotel room. Xinxingyan. Replace all UI version 2.0. Xinxingyan was washing her hair, and when she heard those words she almost squeezed the shampoo into her eyes. What? The final is tomorrow. I know. So I must finish the edits tonight. Edit to what? I'll redraw it. I turned on the computer and pulled up the design tool. I spent 7 years in an internet company in a previous life product design. UI interaction, user experience, these are my bread and butter. Although not as refined as a professional designer, they are sufficient. I spent 4 hours recreating a brand new set of interfaces. The style has shifted from the previous fresh blue and white to a dark palette with fluorescent accents. Clean, modern, highly recognizable. Xinxingyan helped me adjust the front-end style while cursing. Who leaked it? Fong Qing. Let's talk about it tomorrow. Finish revising first. At 3 o'clock in the morning, the new version goes live for testing. I clicked through every page once to confirm there were no bugs. Qin Xingyan lay on the desk, nearly asleep. Sleep. You go on stage at 8 tomorrow. Aren't you sleeping? I'll check one more time. She yawned. Crawled into bed. I sit in front of the computer and also revised the PPT. All screenshots related to the old UI have been replaced. After finishing the changes, it was already 5 in the morning. The sky outside Beijing is lightning, grayish, and birds are calling. I went to wash my face and changed clothes. The reflection in the mirror shows an 18-year-old face, with dark circles under the eyes, but the eyes are bright. 8 o'clock. The final begins. 16 advancing teams, displayed in 2 rounds. 8 in the first round. We are in the first round. Smart Campus in the second round. I take the stage. The moment the PPT lit up, I saw Qin Yao in the third row from the bottom of the audience. Beside her sat a boy with a square face, a crew cut, wearing the uniform t-shirt of the competing team, Zhao Qi. When Qin Yao saw my new UI interface, her expression changed. It's very subtle, but I saw it. Her smile froze for half a second, because she found out all those design drafts she had leaked are now null and void. I spoke on stage for 12 minutes. Talk about user growth. Talk about business models. Talk about technical architecture. At the last moment, I added an unplanned remark. Finally, I want to say one thing. During the preparation for the competition, some of our design drafts were leaked. Competitors obtained our product design plans through improper channels. The whispers in the audience began. There were frowns among the judging panel, but we chose to redo it overnight. Because we believe that true core competitiveness lies not in UI design, but in product logic and technical capability. Stealing a design draft is easy. Stealing a team's ability to think is very difficult. I looked at the third row of the audience. Qin Yao's face turned pale. Zhao Qi's hand grasps his knee, his knuckles whitening. Thank you, judges. I step off the stage. The applause is loud. Qin Xingyan gave me a hug backstage. Li Jin rarely patted my shoulder. Well said. In the second round, Smart Campus took the stage. In Zhao Qi's presented PPT, 3 pages of the UI are highly similar to the old version we had leaked. The judges exchanged a glance. One judge asked directly, "Student Zhao, the design style on these pages is very similar to a previous version from a team in the last round. How do you explain it?" Zhao Qi broke into a sweat on his forehead. Pure coincidence. Our design is original. The judges did not press questions, but their expressions said it all. The final results will be announced in the afternoon. National Gold Prize, University of Electronic Science and Technology of China, Qianyu Hall. Silver Prize, Tsinghua University. Smart Campus Bronze Award. I stood on the podium, holding the trophy in my hands. The shutter clicks kept sounding from the audience. I saw Jiang Yezhou. He sat in the last row, clapping, his eyes fixed on me. I also saw Qin Yao. She sat in the middle, with a smile on her face. But there was something in that smile that I was familiar with. Not surrender. It is a plan. 15. After the award ceremony, the organizers arranged a networking cocktail party. Team members and judges mingled in the hotel banquet hall, exchanging business cards. I held a glass of juice and exchanged contact information with several judges and teachers. The people from the Entrepreneurship Service Center I met at the provincial competition were there too, pulling me to chat for 10 minutes, and finally said, "Student Sue, if your project wants to go for an angel round, you can come to me." I took the business card. Just as I was about to turn around, a voice came from behind. "Student Su Nianxi." I turn around. Zhao Qi. He held a glass of wine and stood in front of me. His expression was complicated, mixed with embarrassment, reluctance, and a look of scrutiny. "Congratulations on winning the gold prize." "Thank you. Those things you just said on stage about design leak, are you implying that we copied?" I looked at him. "I didn't say it was you, but everyone thinks it's us. Then you should go explain to everyone that you're not here to see me." Zhao Qi tightened his grip on the cup. "Su Nianxi, do you know what this means to me?" If the suspicion of plagiarism is confirmed, my project is ruined. Then you should figure out exactly who delivered our design draft into your hands. His expression changed. What do you mean? My meaning is very clear. Your girlfriend is Qin Yao, right? Zhao Qi fell silent. She scheduled a coffee with my teammate Fong Qing 3 weeks ago. Fong Qing is responsible for our UI design. A week after the coffee, a design draft appeared in your PPT that was highly similar to ours. This is a coincidence. Do you believe it? Silence. Zhao Qi stared at me for several seconds. Qin Yao is not that kind of person. How long have you known her? Half a year. I've known her for 16 years. Zhao Qi's lips trembled. I set down the juice glass. Zhao Qi. I don't plan to pursue this matter. The leak of the design draft is no longer important to me. Because we won. But you should figure out what kind of people are around you. I turned and walked away. After 3 steps, Zhao Qi called me back. Su Nianxi. I looked back. You say you've known Qin Yao for 16 years. What exactly has she done? Go ask her herself. I walked out of the banquet hall. The corridor was dimly lit, and outside the window was Beijing at night. With car lights forming a continuous ribbon, I leaned against the wall for a while. My phone rang. A WeChat message. From Qin Yao. Nian Shi. I heard you won the gold prize. Amazing. Are you free tonight? Let's have a late-night snack to celebrate together. I'm staring at this message. I replied. Sure. Where? Qin Yao sent an address. A barbecue shop next to the hotel. I'll wait for you here. I locked the screen and headed toward the elevator. I reached the first-floor lobby and pushed the door to go out. The night wind blew, and in August Beijing, the heat hadn't dissipated yet. The barbecue restaurant is 50 meters to the right of the hotel. I pushed the door open. Qin Yao sat in the corner, with 2 cups of beer in front of her. She saw me and smiled. Come on. Sit down. I sat down. Congratulations. Nianxi. National Gold Prize. Amazing. Thank you. You've really changed a lot. In high school you were so quiet, alone all the time. Now you're not afraid to speak on stage. People have to grow up. She raised the beer glass. Cheers. I didn't touch my cup. Qin Yao. There's no need to pretend anymore. Her smile froze on her face. What? The posts on the forum accusing me of plagiarism were posted by you. The IP originates from Beijing. Nianxi. What are you saying? How could I possibly? You invited Fong Qian to coffee, swiped our UI design draft, and gave it to Zhao Qi. This is your guess. You have no evidence. And the day before the college entrance exam reunion I put my phone down. The screen lit up with the icon of an audio file. Someone recorded the things you and Jiang Yezhou said on the rooftop. Qin Yao's face, under the dim lights of the barbecue restaurant, gradually turned pale. What? Recording. You told Jiang Yezhou that I was behind his back calling him a simp, saying his mom was a mistress. It's all made up by you. There are recordings. I pressed play. Her voice came from the phone. And together with the face of the person in front of her, it formed a very ironic scene. Han, I have something to tell you. No. In the recording it says Jiang Yezhou, not Han. Night boat. I'm telling you something. Su Nianxi called you a bootlicker to others. Qin Yao's hand darted forward, reaching to grab the phone. I leaned back, and she lunged but missed. The beer glass was knocked over by her, and the liquor spilled all over the table. Su Nianxi, turn it off. Turn it off. The recording is still playing. She also says your mom rose to power by being the mistress. She tells all the girls this. Su Nianxi. Her voice was piercingly sharp. The other customers in the barbecue restaurant turned their heads to look. I pressed pause. Qin Yao. I said. Everything you have done for the past 16 years. From today onward. Footsteps came from the doorway. I look up. Jiang Yezhou stood at the entrance of the barbecue restaurant. There is no expression on his face, but his hand was shaking. He spoke word by word. Qin Yao, what you just said. He heard it all. Qin Yao turned his head. The color of blood on his face all faded away. Night boat. Listen to my explanation. Explain what? Jiang Yezhou walked in, each step slow. I stood at the door for 3 minutes just now. Replay the recording from the beginning to the end. He stopped by the table and lowered his head to look at Qin Yao. Are you telling me that Nianxi is cursing my mother behind my back that you made up? Qin Yao's lips trembled, and her fingers clenched the hem of her dress. Night boat. I am doing this for your good. She is not suitable. Who told you to decide for me who is suitable? Jiang Yezhou's voice was not loud, but every word was like a nail. You lied to me. You made me stand in front of the whole class and say I hate her the most. You even made me drive her away with my own hands. He didn't finish speaking. He turned his head to look at me. That gaze. The kind I dreamed of seeing in my past life. Regret, pain, and something broken into pieces. Nianxi. It's none of my business anymore. Jiang Yezhou. I stood up and picked up my phone. I will keep the recording safe. Qin Yao. If you still want to play any tricks, this recording will appear wherever you need it to appear. Qin Yao's face was pale gray, unable to utter a single word. I stepped out of the barbecue restaurant, and the night wind hit my face. Behind him, Qin Yao's cries and Jiang Yezhou's suppressed roar reached. I didn't look back. 16. After returning from Beijing to Chengdu, I received 3 messages. First, Director Zhang of the High-Tech Zone Entrepreneurship Service Center called, saying that after watching my competition performance, he wants to recommend me for Chengdu's University Student Entrepreneurship Support Program, which offers free office space and 100,000 yuan in startup funds. Secondly, Teacher Zhou sent an email saying the school has decided to award each member of the Xinyu Tang team first prize scholarships, with an additional project funding grant of 50,000 yuan. Third, the long message from Fang Qing, Nianxi. I'm sorry. When Qin Yao came to drink coffee with me, I didn't know she had another purpose. She said she and you were good friends in high school and wanted to see what you've been doing lately. I showed her the design draft. I didn't expect her to give it to someone else. It's my fault. I looked for a long time. Then I sent back a messa. GE. Got it. I'll be careful from now on. There was no accountability, and there is no longer trust. Fang Qing's privileges were changed to pure document editing. She no longer touches the core code and design files. Qin Xingyan says you're too soft-hearted. Not soft-hearted. It's not worth spending time on her. What about Qin Yao then? What do you plan to do? No need for me to handle it. She'll bring herself down on her own. It turns out I was right. 2 weeks after I returned from Beijing, Su Tang called me. Nianxi, did you hear? Zhao Qi and Qin Yao broke up. How was it divided? After Zhao Qi returned, he investigated Qin Yao's matter. He found that she not only stole your design drawings, but had previously stolen the code from Zhao Qi's lab senior and used it to help others with their graduation projects to make money. Zhao Qi went crazy and threw her things out that same day. And then Qin Yao posted a long self-written piece on her moments calling Zhao Qi a scumbag. And Zhao Qi directly posted the chat screenshots. Qin Yao asked him for money, stole the code, and even recorded him speaking ill of Zhao Qi behind his back. All exposed. Did our circle of friends explode? Not just on social media moments. Beijing Jiaotong University's forum also exploded. The news about Qin Yao at Sichuan Conservatory of Music spread as well, with many people saying they had long suspected something was off about her. I sit on the chair in the dorm, and outside the window is the evening glow of Chengdu. And also, Su Tang lowered her voice. Jiang Yezhou knows too. He is at Beijing University with Zhao Qi. Same school. He saw all the things Zhao Qi exposed. And then I heard he deleted all of Qin Yao's contact information. He also posted one on his moments. What? Just 4 characters. I was wrong. I'm sorry. I didn't say a word. Su Tang waited for a few seconds. Nianxi, don't you want to say something? Nothing to say. He does his things. I do mine. Hanging up the phone, I opened the computer and continued writing code. Qin Yao's matter was over, but my own matter had just begun. After the startup capital of 100,000 yuan arrived, the first thing I did was register a company. The name is Shiguang Technology, legal representative. Su Nianxi, co-founder. Chen Xingyan, technical advisor. Li Zhen. My mom heard that I registered a company and she was stunned for a long time on the phone. Nianxi, you're only a freshman in college. Starting a company is not something to take lightly. I know. Do you have money? Yes. The startup funds have arrived. What if I lose it? If I lose it, consider it tuition. My mom was silent for 5 seconds. Your dad said to let you do it. There are still some savings at home. If it's not enough, tell us. Thanks. Mom, but you have to promise me one thing. What? Eat properly and don't stay up late all the time. Look, your face in the last video is so sharp. Yes. 17. In the first semester of sophomore year, Qinyu Hall officially upgraded to Shiguang campus. Expanding from a simple second-hand trading platform to a campus comprehensive service platform, 3 new modules have been added. Campus food delivery aggregation 15 cheaper than delivery platforms because we directly connect with cafeterias and vendors at campus gates. Campus parcel pickup S. Obstetrician student mutual aid model. The picker earns points. Points can be exchanged for platform discounts. Second-hand textbooks intelligent matching enter your major and grade. Automatically recommend textbooks sold by senior students from previous cohorts. 3 modules. Each one I watched others build with my own eyes in a past life. I did it 2 years ahead of schedule. In the first month, 15,000 new users. In the second month, covered 12 universities in Sichuan province. In the third month, daily active users exceeded 30,000. Director Zhang called. General Manager Su, your data is impressive. A few funds want to learn about your project. Would it be convenient to arrange meetings? Convenient. The first meeting with the investors was at a coffee shop. 2 people sat across from us. 1 man and 1 woman, both in formal attire. The man handed over a business card, the investment manager of an early-stage investment fund. The woman is a partner. General Su, how old are you this year? 19. A first-year student creating a product with 30,000 daily active users. Second year, the partner smiled. Tell me your business model. I spoke for 20 minutes. Talk about campus scene pain points, user growth logic, monetization pathways, and competitive barriers. In the middle of speaking, a partner interrupted me. Have you had any prior entrepreneurial experience? No. Your understanding of the market isn't like that of a sophomore. Maybe because I think a lot. She looked at me for a few seconds. How much do you want to raise in the angel round? 2 million for 10 equity, 10 million valuation. What makes you think you can? With 30,000 daily active users, a 40 monthly growth rate, and a 72 user retention rate. These metrics place us in the top 3 nationwide in the campus sector. She looked at me for a few more seconds. We'll go back and discuss it, and give you an answer within 3 days. 3 days later, the reply came. Invest 2 million, valued at 15 million, selling 13. I made another round. Final deal, 2 million, valuation 180 million, selling 11. Qin Xingyan held the printed investment agreement, his hand trembling. Nianxi, 2 million. I've never seen this much money in my life. That's just the beginning. How much more do you want? In the next round, at least 10 million. She glared at me, her mouth forming an O. Li Zhen pushed up his glasses. Su Nianxi, did you travel through time? I scooped a mouthful of hot pot beef. What do you think? He thought about it seriously for 2 seconds. No. People who have time travel don't eat in the cafeteria like you do every day. Qin Xingyan burst into laughter. 18. In the month of the angel round, an unexpected person appeared. The door was pushed open while I was coding in the lab. Fong Qing stood at the door, with a complicated expression. Nianxi, someone is looking for you. Who? She didn't answer. Turned slightly to the side. A person stepped out from behind her. Jiang Night Boat. He wore a dark gray hoodie, with a backpack on his back, and his face showed obvious tiredness. Why are you here? I rode a train all night. What do you want with me? He glanced at the other people in the lab. Could we talk outside? I stood up, picked up my phone, and walked out. There weren't many people in the corridor of the experimental building. Go ahead. He took a file bag out of his backpack. These are all of Qin Yao's evidence. When she was in Beijing, she not only deceived me, she also ran a ghostwriting business at Sichuan Conservatory of Music, finding others to write papers and then selling them to students in need. I investigated for 2 months and have traced the entire chain. I took the envelope of documents and flipped through it. Screenshots of chat records, transfer records, electronic drafts of contracts, and the list of involved students. Very detailed. Why are you looking into these? Because I owe you. Cha Qin Yao is not equal to paying me back. Note: retention of proper noun. If it's a name, keep as is. He was silent for a few seconds. I know, but this is the only thing I can do right now. I closed the file folder. Thanks. These things are useful. Nianxi. Is there anything else? His lips moved. I minored in computer science at University of Beijing Jiadong. I think if you need someone. Not needed. He seemed as if punched in the chest. I will choose the people from Shiguang Technology myself. I looked at him. You should do your own thing. I can't do it. Why? Because my mind is filled with you. For 2 years. Every day I think of you. I wonder if you're doing well in Chengdu. If starting a business on your own is tiring. If you still hate me. The corridor is extremely quiet. You say you don't hate me, but you also don't forgive me. What should I do then? Tell me. I lean against the wall and look at him. An 18-year-old face, but much thinner than in high school. The jawline is sharper, and the lazy look in his eyes from back then is gone. At this time in the last life, I was crying in a local second-tier college dormitory. In this life, the person standing in front of me is separated from me not by 3,000 kilometers, but by 10 years of life. River Night Boat. Return to Beijing. Study hard. Do your things well. Don't come to me again. Nianxi. Not because I hate you. It's because in my life right now, there is no place for you. I put the file bag away and walked back to the laboratory. The moment the door closed, a dull collision echoed in the corridor, as if someone had punched the wall. 19. In the second semester of the sophomore year, the number of users of Shiguang campus surpassed 1 million, covered 38 universities nationwide. Monthly turnover increased from tens of thousands to 600,000. We moved out of the free office provided by the school and rented a 200 square meter office building in the high-tech zone. The team expanded from 4 people to 12. Chen Xingyan is responsible for technology. After graduating from high school, Li Jin didn't go to a big company. He joined ours directly and became CTO. I myself handle product and CEO duties. The other 9 people were selected from campus recruitment and external recruitment. 2 front-end developers, 2 back-end developers, 1 UI designer, 1 operations person, 1 marketing person, 1 customer service representative, and 1 finance person. There are so many things to do that I wish there were 48 hours in a day. During the day, running business, meeting investors, negotiating collaborations. At night, revising requirements, checking data, fixing bugs. There's no time left on weekends to have hot pot with Xinxingyan. Until that day, I was working late in the office when Li Jin pushed the door open. His face looked uneasy. Nianxi. Something happened. What happened? Someone is making a product exactly like ours. He turned the laptop around for me to look at it. An app download page. The campus market. The interface. Features. And modules almost the same as Shiguang campus. Second-hand trade. Takeout aggregation. Courier pickup on behalf. Textbook matching. Even the color schemes look the same. When did it launch? Last week. It has already been promoted in Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangzhou. The promotional push is strong. A lot of money has been spent. And ground promotion teams have been rolled out across all schools. Who did it? Legion opened the company information page for campus market. Developer. Beijing Yaoguang Technology Company. Ltd. Legal representative. Zhao Qi. I stared at that name. Zhao Qi. Qin Yao's ex-boyfriend. The man I publicly exposed at the national competition. He changed the casing and produced an identical product once again. Moreover, this time, he has money, according to company information. Yaoguang Technology completed Series of financing 3 months ago, amounting to 5 million. The investor is a venture capital firm from Beijing. I closed my laptop screen. Li Zhen, have you looked at their tech stack? Yes. The core code structure is highly similar to ours. Either they reverse engineered our app, or they have our source code in hand. Li Jin nodded. What Fong Qing initially leaked was not only the UI design draft. If Qin Yao obtained more than just the design files through Fong Qing, screenshots and logical flowcharts included, Zhao Qi would be fully capable of reconstructing an almost identical product based on this information. Nian Shi. What should we do? Sue them. Too late. He changed the code, swapped the shell, and you go to court and can't explain clearly. Then should I just watch him copy it? Don't look. I stand up. Hit him. How do you play it? He is rich, and I run faster than him. He covers 3 cities. I cover 15 in a month. He does door-to-door sales. I do product experience. Users aren't fools. If they've tried something good, they won't use something bad. 15 cities in a month. We're only 12 people. Hiring. Starting today. We need to hire 30 people within 3 days. Legion looked at me for a few seconds. You've gone crazy. Maybe. I picked up my phone and dialed Director Zhang's number. Director Zhang. We need to launch a pre-round of financing. 10 million. Valuation of 100 million. There was a 3-second silence on the other end of the line. President Su. Are you sure? Sure. The competitor has already emerged. It's not about whether to merge or not. It's about not merging and being overtaken. Give me 1 week. 20. A week later, the 3 funds were seated in my office. One was the investor from the last angel round, and the other 2 were introduced by Director Zhang. I gave a 1-hour presentation. I talked about 3 things. First, the data for Shiguang campus. 1 million registered users. 420,000 monthly active users. Monthly revenue of 600,000, with a 35 month-over-month growth. Secondly, the competitive landscape. The campus market has entered the arena, with 5 million in funding, expanding in 3 cities. Third, our response strategy. In 1 month, expand to 15 cities, with the core being a superior product experience. Zhao Qi's product is copied, and its underlying logic cannot withstand scrutiny. His recommendation algorithm is crude. The user interface has a high lag rate, and there is 0 after-sales support. He can flood the market with money, but the retention rate will not be high. We will beat him with product quality, and the result will be clear within 3 months. The angel round investor partner was the first to speak up. We will follow the investment. Add 3 million in funding. The second company's investment manager hesitated for a moment. President Su. Your strategy is very aggressive. Expanding to 15 cities in 1 month will cause a sharp rise in labor and operating costs. Are you sure the cash flow can hold up? Only when you can't hold on do you need financing. This isn't a conservative track. It's a race against time. The partner of the third firm had been silent all along. He was in his 40s. His hair a bit grayed. wearing a very expensive yet understated deep blue suit. Finally he spoke. "Student Sue, how old are you this year?" 19. "How long have you been working on this project?" "A year and a half." "Your understanding of the campus track is stronger than most 30-year-old entrepreneurs I've met. How did you do it?" I looked at him. "Because I know what students need. I am a student myself." He smiled. "I invest $5 million. We'll discuss the conditions privately." That afternoon, I received the term sheet for the pre-round. Total financing of $10 million. Valuation of $80 million. When Shin Xinyan saw the numbers, he spun around 3 times in the office. "Angsty, you are the craziest person I have ever met. Crazy from the start. What else do you want?" By the end of the year, cover 100 universities nationwide and have 5 million registered users. She glared at me. And then round a, raising $50 million in financing. And then let the campus market disappear. That night after overtime, I walked alone on the road in the high-tech zone. In November, Chengdu is covered with golden ginkgo leaves along the sidewalks. A sea of gold. The phone rang. News of Jiang Yezhou. He doesn't know when he changed to a new number again. "I heard someone copied your product. Do you need help?" I stood under the ginkgo tree, looking at this message. I replied, "No need," and added, "How did you know?" "I've been following your company all along." "Stop following." "Can't do it." I put away my phone and kept walking. The ginkgo leaves fall on my shoulder. Yellow gold, casting a warm light under the street lamp. In the November of the previous life, I fretted over exams in the library of a local second-tier university. In this lifetime at 19, I've just secured $10 million in financing. But this is not the end. Zhao Qi is waiting up front. Qin Yao doesn't know where to hide. This battle hasn't even begun. 21. The next 3 months would be the most exhausting and the most fulfilling in my life. I split $10 million in financing into 3 chunks. $4 million for field marketing to cover new cities. $3 million for product development to upgrade core features. $3 million as operations reserve and manpower. Hiring is the most headache-inducing part. A 30-person team means every position must be carefully selected. Qin Xingyan and Li Jin helped me with the technical interviews, and I was responsible for marketing and operations. I interviewed more than 100 people, and in the end 23 were kept. One of them left a deep impression on me. His name is Chen Mo, a junior 3rd year. From Southwestern University of Finance and Economics, studying finance. He applied, saying he wanted to do marketing and operations. During the interview, I asked him why someone studying finance would want to work on campus products. He said, "Because Shiguang campus is the best app I've used in school. I think it should be available at every university." "Have you done promotions before?" "Yes. In my first year, I helped the school club raise sponsors, and we pulled in 120,000 yuan in a month. 120,000. What club?" "Debate team. No one wants to sponsor the debate team, but I found an entry point. I went to a bubble tea brand, promised to place their products at the competition site, giving away free samples to the audience at each match. The brand thought it precisely reached the university student group, and they pulled out 120,000 in one go. I looked at him. Work tomorrow. Chen Mo became our head of marketing. In the next 2 months, with a small team of 3, he visited 15 cities and spoke with student unions at 26 universities for collaborations. At each school, he first approached the most popular clubs or student organizations on campus, using the title of upgraded Shanyu Hall Experience Officer to secure partnerships. Students involved in the promotion were awarded points, which could be exchanged for textbook discounts and delivery app red envelopes. No cash promotion. Entirely reliant on mutual benefit exchanges. 2 months later, Shiguang campus covered 63 universities. 200,000 registered users. 500,000 monthly active users. Monthly revenue exceeded 2 million. What about the campus market? 3 cities expanded to 5. The user base stabilized at 400,000. Because Zhao Qi's product simply didn't cut it. His delivery aggregation module has severe latency. It often takes half an hour after ordering to get any feedback. The courier pickup feature has persistent bugs, with students complaining that their pickup codes were used by others. There is no credit system in the second-hand market. And scammers run rampant. The user's negative review in the App Store dropped from 3 stars to 2 stars, and we 4.7 stars. That is the power of the product. You can copy a shell, but you can't copy the soul. But Zhao Qi did not give up. At the end of February, I received a letter from a lawyer. Yaoguang Technology sued Shiguang Technology on the grounds of unfair competition. He said we maliciously defamed his product during the promotion process and spread false information. When Chen Xingyan saw the lawyer's letter, he slammed the table in anger. He copied ours and still dares to sue us. Calm down. I set the lawyer's letter aside. He won't win. How do you know? Because he has no evidence. We never spoke badly about the campus market in any public channel. The user's negative review is about his own poor product. Nothing to do with us. I picked up the phone and called the company's legal advisor, Lawyer Zhou. Their lawsuit lacks standing. But I need you to do one thing. What is it? Countersue. Sue Yaoguang Technology for infringing trade secrets. Do you have evidence? Yes. I turned on the computer and organized into a file package all the materials. The circle of friends screenshot of Fang Qing and Qin Yao drinking coffee that day. The contrast image in Zhao Qi's PPT similar to our old design draft. Screenshots of the rumor post from IP from Beijing. And all of Qin Yao's evidence that Jiang Yezhou gave meth chat records. Transfer records. And contract for ghostwriting papers. This is enough. Director Su. Since when did you start collecting these? It's been a long time. Lawyer Zhou was silent for a few seconds. Did you already anticipate that today would come? Not that I anticipated it. It was that I had prepared for it. 22. After handing the lawsuit matters to the lawyer, I continued to push the business forward. In March, Shiguang campus officially launched a new feature, the knowledge sharing community. Students can post study notes, exam highlights, and course evaluations in the community. Other students can like, bookmark, and pay to unlock high-quality notes. This feature was not introduced until the end of 2016 on a paid knowledge platform from the previous life. I started early by a year and a half. Within 1 month of launch, the daily active users in the community reached 150,000. There is a senior from Huazhong University of Science and Technology who organized her 4 years of advanced mathematics notes into a series of columns. Priced at 9 yuan. In 1 month, it sold 30,000 copies. The income was nearly 300,000 yuan. This event was reported by the media. The headline: college students earn 300,000 a month by selling notes. The platform behind it is run by a 19-year-old female college student. After the report came out, my Weibo private messages exploded. They weren't fans messaging me, they were investors. 6 funds contacted me within the same week, the largest one, with a management scale of 5 billion, focused on education and consumer sectors. The partner personally flew to Chengdu to meet me. Director Su. We are very optimistic about Shiguang campus. The knowledge-sharing community model is very imaginative. We lead the A round. What valuation? 300 million. I looked at him. 500 million. President Su. 300 million is already very high. Your company has only been established for a year and a half. My user base is 5 million, with 2 million active monthly, and monthly revenue of 4 million. With month-on-month growth still above 40, the paid conversion rate in a knowledge-sharing community is 12. You can't find a second company with this data in the education sector. He laughed. 400 million. The highest. 4.5. Transaction. Series of funding. 50 million. Valued at 450 million. Qin Xingyan didn't circle the office this time. She sat at her workstation, staring at the computer screen for 5 minutes. Nian Shi, Our company is worth 4.5 million. I own shares. Am I rich? On paper, yes. She turned her head to look at me, her eyes red. Does my dad know about it? Go back and tell him. He will cry. Then let him cry. She really went back to tell her dad. Her dad cried on the phone for half an hour. After Li Jin heard the news, he sent me a message. Angsty, I'm increasingly thinking you've traveled through time. I reply, what nonsense is that? He says, just kidding. But you really don't look 20. I lock my screen. 20 years old. In my 20s of the previous life. I ate 3 yuan mixed noodles in the school canteen. Sighing at a recruitment ad with a monthly salary of 3,000. In this life's 20s. I sit in my own company's office. Signing a financing deal worth 50 million. Things are different. Everything has changed. 23. 2 things happened at the same time after the news of the series of financing spread. First, Zhao Qi withdrew the lawsuit. The letter from the lawyers of Yaoguang Technology came to naught. It wasn't because his conscience was awakened. It was because our countersuit scared him. Lawyer Zhou told me that Zhao Qi's lawyer was very soft in communication for the settlement. He knows you have evidence about Qin Yao. If those things are made public in court, the fact that he stole the design draft will be confirmed. His withdrawal is to limit the damage. What are the settlement terms? He hopes both sides will withdraw their lawsuits and not pursue each other. Not acceptable. What? Tell him that his lawsuit can be withdrawn, but we will not withdraw our counterclaim. Mr. Su, he copied our product, stole our design drafts, and even sued us for unfair competition. You don't teach such people a lesson. There will be a next time. Lawyer Zhou sighed. Okay. I will convey it. 2 days later, Zhao Qi personally called. Su Nianxi, you're squeezing too hard. Zhao Qi. You should count yourself lucky that I didn't go straight to the media with the fact that you stole the design drafts. That wasn't stealing, Qin Yao gave it to me. Who gave it to you doesn't matter. You used it. And you know the source is improper. Silence. What exactly do you want? Campus market taken down. Public apology. Post a statement on the technical blog, admitting that the product design referenced the framework of Xinguang campus. You're crazy. Don't go crazy. If you don't act within 3 days, I will submit all of Qin Yao's evidence to the court and send them to every investor you've interacted with. He hung up the phone. 3 days later, the campus market was removed from the App Store. Zhao Qi posted a 300-word statement on his tech blog, admitting that during product development, we referred to the design concepts of some excellent products in the industry. Vague but sufficient. Because his investors saw it. Within a week, the Series A investors of Yaoguang Technology announced their withdrawal. Zhao Qi's company went from financing 5 million to a liquidity crisis in just 1 month. The second thing. Qin Yao was expelled from Chuanin. The fact that she ghostwrote papers was exposed. The chat logs and transfer records exposed by Zhao Qi were reported to the school's disciplinary inspection commission by Chuanin students. The school investigated for 2 months and ultimately concluded that Qin Yao organized ghostwriting for academic papers, with a serious nature, and expelled her from school. Su Tang called me to tell me this news, and her tone was complicated. Nian Shi, Qin Yao has been expelled. She posted a message on her Moment saying that she was framed and that everyone was bullying her. And then, no one commented. Not a single like. I gaze at the sky outside the window. The skies in Chengdu in April look very beautiful. The blue is incredibly clear, and white clouds drift by slowly. That is due. Nian Shi, don't you think? It's too pitiful. Su Tang has been weaving lies since high school. She lied to Jian Yezhou, telling him that I insulted his mother behind his back, so I would be publicly humiliated. She stole my design drafts and gave them to Zhao Qi. She spread rumors on the forum that I copied. Every move of hers is calculated. She wasn't framed by others. She picked up the stone to smash her own foot. Su Tang fell silent. Su Tang. HM. You are a good person. But good people shouldn't be soft on bad people. Hung up the phone. I turned on the computer and continued working. A glass of cold coffee sits on the table, along with a white rose. Qin Xingyan bought it from the florist last week, saying the office was too quiet and needed some life. What is the meaning of the white rose again? I am enough to match you. Who you pair with is no longer important. Pair with yourself. That's enough. 24. During the summer of my junior year, I did something big. Shiguang Campus released version 3.0 Shiguang Campus. City Edition. No longer just a tool within the campus. It is a bridge connecting the campus and the city. Students can find part-time jobs, internships, housing, and carpooling on the platform. Enterprises can post job listings on the platform, precisely reaching the university student demographic. This model, in the previous life, was not created until 2017, and even then was done quite crudely. I have 2 years of user accumulation, and my data foundation is stronger than anyone else's. 2 months after 3.0 launched, more than 1,000 companies had joined. Monthly revenue rose from 4 million to 12 million. Profits began to appear. I wrote a line on the whiteboard in my office. Series B target 200 million. Valuation 2 billion. Qin Xingyan stared at the line of words and was silent for a full 10 seconds. Nya Shi, are you aiming to take the company public? See how it looks. What situation? See whether it's worth pursuing. In July, someone came to the company to find me. When I was to notify the front desk, I was in a meeting. Mr. Su, there is a gentleman who says he is your old friend. He did not make an appointment. What is his name? He said his surname is Jiang. My hand paused on the keyboard for a second. Make him wait 10 minutes. 10 minutes later, I walked out of the meeting room. Jiang Yezhou sat on the sofa beside the reception desk, holding a glass of water. He's thinner than the last time we met, but his spirit is better than before. He wore a clean white shirt and his hair was cut very short. President Su. He stood up and smiled with a hint of bitterness in his tone. Are you coming to Chengdu again? This time is different. What's the difference? I dropped out of Beijing Jiaotong University. I was stunned. Why? I have decided. He took a piece of paper out of the bag. I looked it over. It's an admission notice from the University of Electronic Science and Technology of China. Transfer student entrance examination. Computer science and technology. I'm coming to study in Chengdu. You gave up Beijing Jiaotong University to study as a transfer here. Are you crazy? Perhaps. Jiang Night Boat. You don't have to do this. This isn't for you to do. I looked at him. Really not. His tone was flat, without the urgency and pain from before. I can't stay in Beijing any longer. When I see Jiao Da, I think of Zhao Qi and Qin Yao, and I feel disgust. Moreover, I did a 1-year minor in computer science in Beijing and found that I really like it. The computer science at the University of Electronic Science and Technology of China is stronger than Jiao Da. This is my own choice. Are you sure you didn't chase me to my school? Your company is in the high-tech zone. You stopped living on campus long ago. Then you. Su Nianxi. He cut me off. I'm just in the same city, not here to cling to you. You said there shouldn't be a place for you in my life. I've taken that to heart, so I'll first handle my own affairs well. If you don't want to see me, we can stay in the same city for a lifetime without contacting each other. But I want to be in your city, because I want if one day you're willing to give me a chance. I'll be here. After he finished speaking, he stood up and set the glass of water on the coffee table. Sorry to bother you. He turned and walked toward the door. Jiang Yezhou. He stopped. It's your choice to come to Chengdu to study, but don't come to my company to look for a job. He turned back to me and smiled. It was the kind of smile I hadn't seen in a long time, clean and bright. Don't worry. I won't. I'll open one myself. The door closed. Qin Xingyan poked his head out from the door of the conference room. Did he leave? You blush. No. The air conditioner is too hot. 20 degrees of air conditioning. You say hot. 申请yen. You go write your code. 25. In the second half of the junior year, a Series B financing started. This time I don't have to go find investors. Investors came to us proactively. The data of Shiguang campus is too good to look at. Registered users, 12 million. Monthly active, 6 million. Monthly revenue, 20 million. Businesses onboarded, 3,000. 180 universities nationwide are covered. 5 top funds issued term sheets simultaneously. I chose the largest one as the lead investor. President Su, what is your valuation expectation? 2 billion. The investor laughed. You said last year that the valuation was 100 million. And we thought you were crazy. A year later you've reached 450 million. Now you say 2 billion. Do you believe it or not? He looked at me for several seconds. Trust. Round B. 200 million yuan. Valued at 2 billion. The day of the signing. I stood in front of the office floor-to-ceiling window, watching the night view of the high-tech zone outside. The night in Chengdu is beautiful. The lights stretch in rows. And far away, Tianfu Avenue looks like a glowing long river. The phone rang. My mom on a video call. Nian Shi. Haven't you forgotten to eat dinner again? Eat it. Eat it. What are you eating? Instant noodles. Angsty. Your company is worth 20 billion. And you're still eating instant noodles. Mom. What's wrong with instant noodles? I love eating them. Wait. You stay there. I'll go downstairs now to cook for you, so you can eat at home. Mom. No need. She hung up. I looked at the phone screen and couldn't help laughing. Some things won't change no matter how far you go or how much you achieve. For example, my mom always thinks I'm not eating enough. For example, my dad is always showing off his daughter on social media. For example, the phone rang again. A WeChat message. Jiang Yezhou. Congratulations. Only one word. But I know he's paying attention. He has been in Chengdu for 3 months. An exchange student from the University of Electronic Science and Technology. Computer Science Department. We are in the same city. In the same school's database. But we have never seen each other again. He says he will be in my city. No entanglement. Just there. In the previous life. Sun Yanqi spent 10 years waiting for someone in place. In this life, Sun Yanqi spent 3 years turning herself into someone who doesn't need to wait for anyone. But I answered with a single character. Thanks. Then I locked the screen, went downstairs, and ate at my mom's house. 26. In my senior year, 2 things ended at the same time. The first thing, Qin Yao. Qin Yao disappeared for more than half a year after being expelled from Chuanin. Until one day in October, Su Tang sent a message. Nian Shi. Qin Yao has returned to her hometown. I hear she's working at a clothing store there. Her mother isn't in good health, and her father owes money elsewhere. I looked, but did not reply. Someone brought a letter for you through someone. Do you want to read it? Not read. The letter says. Sub Tang. I said I wouldn't look. Sub Tang stopped speaking. I turned off my phone and kept the meeting going. After the meeting, Chin Mo walked over. General Su. There is something I need to report to you. Speak. We scanned the competitors in the southwest region. After Zhao Qi's campus market was taken down, he registered another company and launched an app called Alumni Help in Chongqing. Its functions are similar to ours. I leaned back against the chair. He's back again. But this time he's learned to be clever, not copying outright, and made some differences, not a large user base. But in 3 universities in Chongqing there are thousands of people using it. Keep an eye on it. Don't worry about it. Not worry. He ran out of money. After pulling out investments, he couldn't find new backers. A founder who had been publicly exposed for referencing a competitor's design wouldn't be touched by the VC circle again. Let him twist in the wind. and he would die a natural death. Chin Mo nodded. A month later, alumni help stopped updating. After the server expired, there were no renewals, and all user data was lost. Zhao Qi posted his final message on a technology forum, with the title, 23. Failed startup. Where to go from here? Some people in the comment section comfort him, while others mock him. The most liked comment is only one sentence. If you stole someone else's things, don't blame others for blocking your path. This comment was posted by Li Jin using a burner account. When I saw it, I rolled my eyes. Second thing, the company's strategic transformation. After the Series B financing was in place, Xiguang campus was no longer just a campus tool. I began to lay out two new directions. One is online education, upgrading the knowledge-sharing community into a systematic course platform, inviting university professors and industry experts to join, to create quality courses. One is school-enterprise collaboration. It helps enterprises with precise campus recruitment matching, generating resume portraits based on students' behavior data on the platform study notes. Second-hand textbook preferences. Part-time work experiences. These two directions exploded in the previous life in 2017 and 2018 respectively. I laid out in advance and seized at least 2 years of the head start. By early 2017, that is, during my senior year's first semester, the data of Xiguang Tech was like this. Registered users, 25 million. Monthly active users, 12 million. Annual revenue, 300 million yuan. Net profit, 40 million yuan. Covering universities, 620 nationwide. Corporate partners, 12,000. Team, 180 people. How much is the company worth? The investors in round C valued the company at 5 billion. At 21, I sat in the CEO office of my own company, looking at that number. Outside, the skyline of the high-tech zone stretched out. My mom asked on the phone, "When will you come home for dinner?" My dad posted a screenshot of me on the news in moments, with the caption, "Whose daughter is this? Amazing." Qin Xingyan sat across from me, holding a cup of her favorite iced American coffee. Nianxi, Do you remember when we first met in freshman year? You told me you wanted to make an app. Yes, I remember. At that time I thought you were dreaming. And now? She raised the glass. Now I think you are dreaming bigger. But I believe in you. I clinked glasses with her. 27. The fourth year. Second semester. Graduation season. I didn't participate in campus recruitment, but I attended the graduation ceremony. Standing in the gymnasium, wearing a bachelor's gown, throwing the graduation hats with more than 1,000 classmates. Qin Xingyan stood next to me, crying loudly. Li Jin stood in the back row, pushing his glasses, pretending to rub his eyes. Fong Qing was also among the crowd, glancing at me from afar and nodding her head. Our relationship had faded since sophomore year. She knew what she had done wrong, and I didn't press the issue. After graduation, we went our separate ways. After the ceremony, I took a photo at the school gate, wearing the academic gown. The gate of the University of Electronic Science and Technology stands behind. The caption thought about it for a long time, and in the end it only wrote 4 characters. Thank you for 4 years. After posting on Moments, the phone buzzed. Countless comments flooded in. Investors, partners, team members, university classmates. Then a single comment quietly appeared at the bottom. Happy graduation, Jiang Yezhou. He commented with his real name. I didn't delete it. And I didn't reply. In the first week after graduation, I made a decision. Xiguang Tech launched Series C financing. 500 million yuan. Valuation of 5 billion. The investors are some of the largest domestic education and consumer funds. The signing ceremony was held at the Chengdu Shangri-La Hotel. Present were investors, media, government officials, and partner companies. I wore a black suit with my hair tied in a ponytail. When I stood on the stage to speak, I saw someone seated in the first row of the audience. Not an investor. Not the media. It was my mom. She wore a newly bought red coat. Sitting there, clutching her phone in her hand. With red eyes. Wiping away tears while taking photos. Beside her is my dad, wearing his best deep blue shirt. His beard shaved clean. His posture straight and tall. After I finished speaking and went off stage, my mom hugged me tightly. Daughter. Mom is proud. My dad stood to the side, blinking his eyes hard. Dad. What's wrong with you? It's nothing. The lights are too bright. The lights were too bright. Just like the windy sandstorms in Harbin that once blinded my eyes. I hugged my mom and burst into laughter. After the signing ceremony, reporters blocked me for interviews. Mr. Sue, you started a company valued at $50 billion at age 21. What is your biggest impression? I thought for a moment. Not much of a special feeling. Just keep moving forward. Do you have anything you want to say to young entrepreneurs? Don't wait. If you want to do it, do it. One last question. The name of your company is Shiguang. Is there any special meaning behind it? I look at the camera. She is a character in my name. Light is something I hope to become. Not relying on others' light. I shine by myself. The interview ends. I walk out of the hotel. The night breeze comes. The wind of Chengdu in June. Warm and soft. My phone vibrated. A WeChat message. Jiang Yezhou. I watched your speech online today via the livestream. I didn't reply. Another one. When you say you shine by yourself, I feel you are already shining. I stood at the hotel entrance. Looking at this message, my finger hovered above the screen. And then. Did you graduate? I blurted out. He replied instantly. Next month. What are your plans after graduation? Start my own project. In the education sector. What project is it? A platform to help rural students learn remotely. Free. I look at these few lines. In the previous life, Jiang Yezhou eventually worked at a bank, living a decent but ordinary life. He seems to have become another person in this life. If you need technical support, I started typing. But then deleted it. Then I typed again. Keep going. I sent it. He replied with a smile. The first smile. I locked the screen, called a car, and went back to the company. On the way, I passed a flower shop. In the window, white roses were on display. I asked the driver to stop for a moment and went in to buy one. Placed in the glass bottle on the desk. The white petals are clean and bright under the desk lamp. 28. 3 months after the Series C financing. Shiguang Technology faced its biggest challenge yet. A leading internet giant Xing Group pseudonym announced its entry into the campus scene. They have money, traffic, a user base, and a technical team. They have developed a product called Campus Pass, whose features cover all of our tracks. As soon as the news broke, our shareholder group exploded. A few minor shareholders panicked and privately came to talk to me, asking whether to accept Tingxin's takeover negotiations. What price are they offering? 2 billion. We value it at 5 billion. They offer 2. They mean that if we don't sell, they will heavily promote Campus Pass using their traffic advantage. Then. What should we do then? By then we may not be worth a single penny. I look at the small shareholders across from me. He was in his 40s, had been investing for more than a decade, and had weathered many storms. But his hands were shaking. Are you scared? In rational terms, with big players entering. Few startups can survive, rationally speaking. Yes. So. But I won't sell. He opened his mouth. Mr. Su. Xiqiao campus has 25 million university student users. These users don't come because of traffic, but because our product really solves their problems. Giants have money and traffic, but they don't understand students. The campus products they make, like all their other products, are big and comprehensive, but not refined. How do you know? Because in the last life I paused. Because I've seen too many cases of giants entering the market and startups turning the tables. The minority shareholder stared at me for several seconds. Do you have a plan? Yes. I turned on the projector. First slide of the PPT. 4 characters. Dig deep into the campus. The giants are building platforms that reach everyone. We are building a community that serves only students. They pursue breadth. We pursue depth. They have 100 functions, but each is mediocre. We have 10 functions, but each function is indispensable to students. How exactly will you do it? Launch 3 killer features within 3 months. First, AI Study Buddy. Use algorithms to match study partners and solve the problem of college students lacking motivation to study. Second, campus credit loans. Partner with banks to offer low-interest student loans based on the credit data on the platform. Third, direct employment path. Sign exclusive partnerships with top companies, so outstanding students on the platform can skip the resume screening and go straight to the final interview. These features, giants can't do them, cannot do it, because the data is in our hands. The learning behaviors, consumption habits, credit histories of 25 million students. This data is accumulated by us in 3 years. For a giant to start from scratch, it would take at least 2 years to catch up. After the meeting ended, the entire team stayed late for the next 3 months. The whole company of 180 people had no one leaving before 10 o'clock. Qin Xinyan led the technical team through 7 consecutive all-nighters. Li Jin wrote 10,000 lines of code and lost 10 gene 5 kilograms. Qin Mo has visited 30 cities and discussed collaborations with 100 companies. 3 months later, the AI Study Buddy went live for a week, adding 500,000 new daily active users. Campus student credit loans went live for 1 month, with applications exceeding 100,000. The first batch of partner companies for the Employment Expressway includes 4 Fortune 500 companies and 8 leading internet firms. What about Campus Pass? After 3 months online, downloads reached 2 million, but daily active users are only 300,000. Retention rate 18. Because students tried it around once and found that this thing is no different from WeChat moments. Not fun, not practical. And it doesn't have the feeling of knowing students like Shiguang campus does. The head of the campus division of Tingxin Group was asked by a reporter about the performance of Campus Pass at an industry conference. He said, "Competition in the campus track is more intense than we anticipated. Shiguang campus enjoys a very high cognitive presence among students, and it will be difficult to shake in the short term." The reporter pressed, "Have you considered acquiring Shiguang campus?" He smiled and didn't answer. But privately, Tingxin's strategic investment department came to see me again. This time the offer was 50 billion. My answer is the same as before. Not for sale. 29. 3 years later, in 2020, I was 24. Shiguang Technology completed a Series D financing with a valuation of 12 billion. 3,000 colleges nationwide cover 2,800. Registered users exceed 80 million. Annual revenue is 2 billion. Net profit exceeded 300 million. The company moved into the best office building in the high-tech zone, occupying 3 full floors. I stand in front of the floor-to-ceiling window in the office, looking out at Tianfu New District. In the distance are the rolling Longquan Mountains. Nearby are the multitudes of tall buildings. And beneath my feet is the most bustling entrepreneurial avenue of this city. There is a bouquet of white roses on the table, and Qin Xinyan changes to a new one every week. She says it's the company's tradition. I clarified that it's clearly her own habit. She says the boss's habit is the company's tradition. I laughed. A lot has happened in these 3 years. Li Jin led the technical team to obtain 2 national patents. Qin Mo scaled the marketing department to 150 people. Qin Xinyan was upgraded from CTO to co-CEO and runs the company with me. A bubble tea shop opened downstairs from the company, and the owner is my mom. She said she can't sit still and opened a shop to pass the time. My dad is in charge of the cash register and washing cups in the shop, and he's cheerful every day. Next to it is my dad's tackle show. Finally realized his dream of opening a tackle shop after retirement. Even though he doesn't sell many fishing rods in a day, the happy days are beyond what I could have imagined in my dreams in my past life. But there is one more thing that hasn't been finished. That afternoon, I was waiting for someone at the cafe downstairs from the company. He arrived on time. The moment he pushed the door open and stepped inside, sunlight poured in from behind him, outlining his silhouette very clearly. Jiang Yezhou. The 24-year-old Jiang Yezhou was a little sturdier than when he was 20, with a short beard on his chin, wearing a light blue shirt. The sleeves rolled up to his forearms. He saw me and smiled. It was still that clean smile. General Manager Su. Don't call Mr. Su. Nianxi. I nod to the chair opposite. Sit. He sat down. I ordered him a cup of Americano. How's your project coming along? He has been running a rural distance education platform for 2 years, named Firefly. Free of charge. Not for profit. Operated with public welfare funds and government subsidies. Covering 200 rural schools nationwide. Helping more than 300,000 rural students. Received an award from the Ministry of Education last year. Still in operation. Recently discussing a collaboration project with UNESCO. Impressive. Cannot compare to you. It's not a competition. What you're doing is more important than mine. He looked at me and said nothing. I took a sip of coffee. Jiang Yezhou. There is something I have thought about for a long time. What is it? I want to ask you one question. Ask. When back then at the KTV when you dropped the chopsticks, what were you really thinking in your heart? His finger paused on the cup. Didn't you say you didn't want to know why? Not wanting to back then. Wanting it now. He lowered his head and looked at the coffee in the cup. I was thinking Nanif, you really said those things behind my back. Then all 16 years of knowing you would be fake. I can't accept that. So I thought if I start by saying I hate you, if you really are that kind of person, you would strike back. You would swear back. Or defend yourself. He looked up. But you didn't do anything. You picked up your bag and left. So then I knew Qin Yao had lied to me. Because you're not that kind of person. If you really had said those things behind my back, you wouldn't have walked away so calmly. You would have argued, cried, debated with me. But you did nothing, which means those words aren't true. Since you know, why don't you come after me to explain? Chased you. I stood downstairs at your place for a whole day. On move-out day. I followed you to the car. After you left, I stood there again for another night. I'm asking, why don't you just tell me the truth directly? Because I can't speak it out. What can't you say? I can't say I believed Qin Yao because I was afraid. Afraid of what? Afraid that you really don't like me. The cafe was very quiet. Afternoon sunlight streamed in through the window, fell onto the desk, and drew a thin golden line between 2 cups of coffee. Qin Yao told me you said I'm a simp. That word cuts deepest. Because I know I did chase you for 3 years. I brought you breakfast. Waited for you after school. Bought roasted sweet potatoes for you on snowy days, but you never gave me a clear response. I'm not sure whether you like me or just see me as an errand boy. So Qin Yao incited it. And you believed it. Yeah. Because what she said is exactly the thing I fear most in my heart. I put down the coffee cup. Jiang Yezhou. Do you know? In the last life I stopped. Almost letting it slip. What about last life? If there is a previous life. He looks at me seriously. If there is a previous life, I must have done many things that I'm sorry for. I couldn't help laughing. You really did. Then in this lifetime, will you give me a chance to make amends? I looked at him. A 24-year-old Jiang Yezhou is no longer the boy who was moody and cantankerous. He has slimmed down, grown calm, and done something truly meaningful. He didn't come to my company for a job. Didn't use my resources. Didn't rely on my fame. He himself created Fireflies, helping 300,000 rural students. He has lived in the city for 4 years without bothering me once. But he has been a condition. What condition? From now on, you are not allowed to say you hate me in front of anyone. Her eyes reddened at once. It won't happen again. Not in this lifetime. I reached out my hand. He was puzzled for a moment. Then he held on. His hand was very warm. The palm with a thin callus. The hand that handed me roasted sweet potatoes when I was 18 is the same. Yet different now. The sunlight outside the window was just right. The white rose is quietly blooming in the vase at the corner of the table. 5 years later. 2025. I am 29 years old. Qiguang technology has been listed in Hong Kong. Market value is 38 billion. On the day of ringing the bell, I stood in the lobby of the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, holding that copper hammer in my hand. Around me stood Shen Xingyan, Li Zhen, Qin Mo, and 180 people who had walked here with me. My dad and mom are standing behind me. My mom is wearing a bright red qipao. Stunning enough for someone in her 50s. My dad is in a suit with a tie, although the tie is crooked. He says it doesn't matter, the crookedness adds character. Dong. The bell rang. The lobby was filled with a roar of applause. Qin Xingyan held me and cried so hard that he couldn't speak. Li Zhen pushed on his glasses that he had worn for 10 years. His nose red. Qin Mo secretly wiped his eye corner to pretend he was looking at his phone. I didn't cry, but my eyes felt hot. After the bell rang, a reporter interviewed me, General Manager Su, from launching a campus second-hand app in freshman year to going public today. You have spent 7 years. Whom do you most want to thank? My team, my family, and everyone who has left me. The reporter froze for a moment. You mean? Without their departure, I wouldn't know how far I could go. After the interview, I took a photo downstairs at the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, dressed in formal attire, with the Hong Kong Stock Exchange logo behind me. I didn't post this photo on Moments. I sent it to someone. He replied in seconds. Congratulations. The prettiest Ms. Su. I wrote a line. Are you free tonight? Shall we have a meal together? He replied. There's always time. At night, a celebratory banquet was held with family and the core team at a restaurant by Victoria Harbour. At the dining table, my dad drank 3 glasses of red wine and patted the table, saying that his daughter was wonderful. My mom plated dishes for everyone, not even sparing Li Zhen. Qin Xingyan got drunk and lay on the table, saying Nianxi, I love you. Qin Mo sent red envelopes to all employees. 5,000 yuan each. The place was bustling all night. After the show ended, I stood alone by the harbor. The sea breeze blows in, carrying a salty scent. The distant neon signs reflect on the sea, scattering into fragmented light. Footsteps sound from behind me. Jiang Yezhou walked up beside me and handed me a cup of hot cocoa. It's cold. Drink something hot. I'll take it. Do you know, when I died in my last life, my mind was full of you. He paused, not sure what to say. What about last life? I took a sip of cocoa. Nothing. Talking in sleep. He didn't press the matter. We stand side by the sea, looking at the distant night view. The wind blows. He takes off his coat and drapes it over my shoulders. The same motion as 16 years ago. But this time, I did not push him away. Jiang Yezhou. I once wrote a line in my diary. What did you say? Hopefully, on the day of graduation, he can tell me that he likes me. He turned his head to look at me. I told you, on the day of college graduation. In my Moments WeChat, you didn't respond. You said happy graduation. Behind those 4 characters, I had originally typed I like you, after deleting it 20 times. In the end, there was only happy graduation. I laughed. Why are you still like this? He also laughed. Then he bent down and pressed a kiss on my forehead, very softly, like a petal falling down. Su Nianxi. I like you. From the first day I saw you in kindergarten at age 4. To now, 25 years. The sea breeze blew his voice away a bit, but I heard every word clearly. I rested my head on his shoulder and watched the lights on the sea break into fragments. 29-year-old Su Nianxi. In the previous life. At this age I died in a car accident, carrying a chest full of regrets and a name I could never speak aloud. In this life, the company went public. Friends are by my side. Parents are healthy. The person I love stands beside me, the coat draped over my shoulders. Hot chocolate still steaming. The wind brushes across Victoria Harbor. It's very cool, very good. Those broken chopsticks, the burnt diaries, the 3,000 kilometer escape. Countless sleepless nights. All become the road beneath my feet at this moment. The road is long, but it just so happens to be here.